Alright, that should have worked. Can we hear me now? Thank you, Alan. I really appreciate it, brother. I really appreciate that. I guess I'll start the fuck over. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the test stream of, well, the new room. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it, Alan. Alan says, hey, did you hear the news? Astronomer scientists found out that we have 2 extra moons. What's the punchline? What's the punchline? It's funny that you mentioned that. I was thinking about Moon Patrol today. Moon Patrol and that little app thing that we had a long time ago. I'd love to get it on my Amico, but it is what it is. So what I was trying to say is the lighting in here obviously isn't the greatest. I have a little halo light over there. It was too bright, so I put a piece of white paper in it to diffuse it. That's what the light is on. No, I guess this side is interesting. I'm looking at it reversed here, so. I have a ceiling light that I don't know if it's just the bulbs or if I need to diffuse it somehow, or maybe just not use it at all and get some other kind of lighting. I definitely want to get some backdrop lighting and then have something blasting on me. But yeah, this is the room. This is where we're going to be for the most part. It's not, I got to get shit on the wall. Like this says creep, what does it say? Just creeping it real. It's like a Dollar Tree thing. And behind me I have a little shelf thing here. My heavy sixer's right, let me get out of the way. My heavy sixer and my 800 is right here. My T800 guy is right here. Babu Frick is behind it. I know you can't see any of this. My Dracula VFD by Epoch or Epic. I don't know. And in doing this, I realize I need to bring the visual elements up and get some kind of shelving in here. It's going to be kind of tough. I mean, I have a couple levels. This room leans forward, so I haven't wedged the table yet. But I think it's to my benefit. Actually, I'm kind of liking where this is. Oh, maybe I just have it too close. There we go. Alan, you and the fucker microphone, bro. You're never fucking happy. I'm just fucking with you. It's because I'm loud. How is it too loud? It's not any louder than I normally have it. How fucking weird is that? Maybe it's because I'm yelling? Post-dial, what's going on, brother? What's going on? Turn your fucking volume down. That's all I got to say. But we're testing the waters. I got my Trinitron right here. It's a beast. I'm not going to get the whole thing in the shot. And I did fire it up and it works. And I was about to hook up the Genesis to it. But then I said, I'm going to do a test stream. I might as well. So I yanked everything and put the laptop in here. And I have one extension cord for right now. I don't have a power strip for it. I do have one somewhere. I just don't know where. But as soon as I locate that motherfucker, we will get that going. And over here I have a throw blanket. It's from the Black Spire Outpost over at Galaxy's Edge, Disney. It's basically just the First Order crest, and it says 709. I guess that's the sequel trilogy's version of the 501st, I guess. I don't know. I watched the movies. I enjoyed what I enjoyed about them. Didn't like what I didn't like about them. I didn't really go that much further into it. Some of the weapons and everything are cool, but aside from that, I didn't give two shits. I enjoyed them. I think they're extremely flawed. But yeah, that's that. Let me just check the volume of the laptop because I'm gonna play some games here. And I don't want it blasting in your fucking face. So let me pull up Stella. And then we'll switch over to this bad Larry. There we go. Room of Doom. We were playing that yesterday. What a great game. I don't want to start off with that. I really don't. Maybe we'll get to it. Let's play some Sequest. I have in a television version right here. It's a homebrew. It's one of the 2 homebrews I own. No, I own 3 now. I own 3. So I got Sequest here. It's such a fantastic game. I enjoy playing that quite a bit. But yeah, I got these little cubby shelves behind me. And I think we're going to be pretty good here. So long as the Wi-Fi works out for me in my favor. I just remember the laptop I had before. It could not pick up the Wi-Fi at all. But all right, let's murder late things. Let's murder late innocent fucking fishes, sharks, and submarine dwellers. Did you watch John Hancock's new video? He showed cartridges that play real full-length movies. I did not. I do not watch John Hancock. In fact, I saw the thumbnail, and I was like, really? He's going there? He's going there with it? I did not. Brian's Man Cave did a video this past week about that, or a week or 2 ago. And it's, you know what? It's so weird that everyone's talking about it now. It's been around for a little bit, my understanding. I remember it. I don't. Maybe I'm misremembering something. But if I recall, that whole thing's a couple of years old now. And the fact that we're just discovering it now, I mean, I think I remember it. Maybe I don't. Again, it could just be a trick my brain is playing on me. But yeah, I don't know. But I did not enjoy his video. Meaning I didn't watch it. I don't know. There's just something about John Hancock. I can't watch him. I don't know why. I think there's a bad taste in my mouth with that guy. He's a nice guy. He's a super nice guy. He's a good friend of a friend of mine. And, you know, he even recorded a little thing for my channel a long time ago. Fuck you! I didn't mean to do that. I meant to go behind the thing. Oh, fuck you, stupid pink shark. You know what? My thumb is wicked slippery right now. I got super glue all over it. I was gluing magnets to a figure I made to get the body and the head to articulate. But guys, let me know if I have any lag or anything, please. Alan, I know I can count on you. I mean that in love, bro. I'm not breaking your balls. It's good to have people looking out for you. Whee! Alright, see, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit here and murder things. Rack up them points. You know, only get air when I need it. And then when I get bored of this level, and I want a little bit faster. Wow, my thumb is super slippery. But yeah, so I got the giant Trinitron here to the left. We tested it out earlier today. It fired up. It took a little convincing, and you know what it was? It's been so long since I've had a tube TV, I forgot it takes a few seconds. If I just listened to it, it made that click and that hum noise. Not hum, but you know the noise TVs make when you fire them up. Rich Haywood, what's up, buddy? Thanks for popping in, man. Thanks for popping in. But yeah, I'm really hooked on that Room of Doom. I'm gonna hopefully get a copy of that sooner or later. Hopefully sooner than later. Oh man, okay. Whee! Alright, let me see. Oh my god, there's quite a bit to catch up on. Alright, let's wait until I die and then I'll scroll on the... I brought my glasses too. Bet you didn't think I did that, huh? But yeah, if you get a chance to play Sea Venture for the Intellivision, great homebrew. They added a couple of like popular songs from the 80s. I think Aha, Take On Me is on the... Oh shit. Is on the soundtrack. And a couple of other popular songs were around the same time period. They sound great. I mean, they do get annoying after a while, but you do have the option to turn them off. Problem is, my hands are so fat, I keep turning it back on. And I only shut them off in a lot of cases because either I just don't want to listen to it, or copyright, like if I'm playing with you guys, you know? Alright, cool. Get up there! Fuck! I kind of trapped myself in that corner. I trapped myself. If I remember correctly, Richard, didn't you do a patch quest on this thing? I seem to remember you doing that. You bought the patch and you didn't open the envelope until you proper earned it. I gotta start doing stuff like that. I gotta get back into being me. I really do. I think this is gonna help. And honestly, I got nothing to do right now. I'm not working. I'm out on a fucked up medical, and it's killing me. It's killing me. But things are in the works for me, so to speak. I just fuck you. Genuinely, you know what I know? I know how to create things, and I know how to be a corrections officer. That's it. Honestly, that's the only marketable skills I have, and that is my fault. So I am working on that right now. So I'm either working on getting some kind of fuck. I want to open a hot dog shop called the Digital Dog. Or the Haunted Hot Dog. I would prefer to do the Digital Dog. Oh. And make it, retro game themed and inspired. Maybe have a couple of Retrons at the tables. Bolted down in plastic. But, oh shit. I gotta wait for Mr. Boat Boy. Let's just fucking murder things. Alright, I get it. Shit. You get more points if you go up there with more oxygen. I need to get better at doing that. I've never been good at that, but... So, I'm out on that. I'm not collecting anything. I don't know. Everyone keeps telling me, dude, you need to go on SSI for now. I don't fucking want to. That's for people who actually need it. So I'm going to have some time on my hands, and let's hope we can develop this back into something. Not necessarily for financial reasons, but something for me to do. And if it fucking turns into something, it turns into something groovy. If it doesn't, well, no harm, no foul. I've been doing it for 10 years. So far. But, I've been working pretty hard getting this room together for the past couple of days. If you're a member of the Creep Collective, you've watched the progress. I mean, not in, detail. Actually, today was the first day I did time-lapse as far as... not really time-lapse, but you know what I mean, sped-up footage. As far as, take a video of me actually physically doing shit in here. Oh, I thought I was a dead man there. Alright, it's time for some points. Come on. Oh, this is stupid. I'm doing it anyway. Oh, he doesn't advance right now. Next level. Woo-hoo-hoo! I like living on the edge. I'm a fucking daredevil. Better recognize. I'll get to the chat, I promise, guys. I see it's moving. Fuck. But I'm excited. I hope this new space brings a new era of the Atari Creep. I'm still thinking about changing the name to just a Creep, or something like that. I know everyone digs Atari Creep or whatever. I've had it for 10 years, but it's like, I can't really use it anywhere. The modern day Atari goes after me. As a matter of fact, Richard Haywood, if he is still in here, he has the only official... Wait, no, is it him or... I think actually, no, it's Brian's Man Cave. Fuck. I kind of just paused there for a second. Oh, why'd I do that? Fucking stupid. Oh, that's the other thing. This table, I need to secure it down somehow. It's just a little plastic folding event table. All right, let's see what's going on in the chat. Oh, my God, there's a whole lot of... Whole lot of going on. So Richard comes on and says, "Hey, Mr. Post Style." The bacon and the ice cream emojis. That's awesome. Looking good over there. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that, Richard. I was telling everybody earlier, I got to get the lighting situated. And I do have a few things behind me. And there's like my heavy 6er and my 800. I don't know if my microphone wasn't on. So I don't know how much you guys did get. My He-Man sword's right here. My power sword. I got my Terminator head behind me. And hopefully we'll get that elevated so you'll have some really cool shit to look at while I'm playing. Because who wants to look at me, right? And watching a game can get boring after a while. So Alan says, Atari Creep, Bacon Ice Cream Productions says that he would like to collaborate with you for an alzheimer fundraising. Yeah, you know what, Alan? Richard and I, for the past, how many years, bro? I'd say this is probably our 4th or 5th year together. Richard has been all over it like flies to a pile of shit, and in some cases more than me on some years, depending on, what's going on. Let me change the screen here real quick. While I go through this so I can address you guys a little bit more formally. Richard does an amazing job, and he raises so much, and I'm eternally grateful for him. Like, even in the afterlife, I still need to find a way to make sure he's taken care of. So we'll see if I have any clout up there, since my father was like a head honcho, leading people to the promised land and the truth. But no, Richard does a great job. He does his own walk in his own area, and he tries to make it his own thing. He 1 year he did like an X mile walk and showed, like, I think it was locations related to his gaming days, back in the day. This is where I played my Sega Genesis. Just making it up. Rich says, as always, yeah, man, I couldn't do it without you every year. Seriously. And even if he's down for the year, he's still on the T-shirt every year. That reminds me, T-shirt, guys, T-shirt. If you got a channel you want to promote, if you got a small business, anything that has a logo that's not just Alan, $100 minimum or a product, good or service, you donate towards the cause, and that gets you a T-shirt, and you have up until the end of the month using the link down below. I need to fix this. right here. Yeah, I don't know. Or maybe it was the other one. I don't know. I can't see it. For some reason, my views, I can't seem to get it to go bigger. I don't know how to do this shit. But get a hold of me first so I know. And when you do donate, if you are going to be part of the sponsorship to be on the T-shirt this year, make sure when you put in your name, so when it comes up, the same name is there. Don't do it for Jim's hot dog shop and then just put Jim. I want your business. The whole reason for you to be on the shirt and in the scroll thing is for people to say, hey, I like fucking hot dogs, and dudes named Jim are pretty cool. Let's see what Jim's Hot Dogs is all about. And even though the majority of them probably won't be in the same locale as you, fuck it. Maybe they'll visit that town. They'll remember. By supporting my friends, you're supporting me. And I appreciate that. So if any of you won't get on the fucking shirt, you have until the last day of this month, midnight. And since we're moving the clocks, you're missing 1 hour. So you better hurry the fuck up. But seriously, it's a real simple shirt this year. A couple of years ago, we did it looking like the Magic cartridges. Pretty cool shirt. Last year, it kind of just didn't happen. I had things going on, and my buddy who does the shirt designs, he had some shit going on too. He did reach out for this year's, but I already started. And I think I'm just going to go with me in the tutu look this year. You'll see what I'm talking about. The tutu came up during the pandemic. We had to do our own walk, so we decided to go around the lake in Wakefield where my dad is actually buried. And then we went into town because there's these big, almost like these, these corrugated plastic signs. I got 2 of them with my dad's picture on it. If you get to $1,000, you're able to have one of those on the walk. So they put them periodically throughout the walk in memory of all the folks that we're walking for. And I got a couple of them here. But the first year of the pandemic, obviously we couldn't get together in a big crowd like we normally do. So they put it in this one park down in South Boston that if you cared to, and of course we went down to Southie, fuck yeah. And it ain't the Southie I remember when I was growing up. I can tell you that much. But we went down there to look at it, and the picture in the shirt is actually a picture of the whole family that the organization actually took. We were on the website for a little while, that one picture. Pretty cool stuff, pretty cool stuff. But yeah, anybody, your channel, your business, maybe you do it in your friend's business. Maybe your friend has a motorcycle shop, Let's get fucking Butch's Bikes and More. He sells bikes and fucking cutlery. And pest control. Let's get that on the shirt. Seriously, guys. I want that shirt to be fucking saturated with logos. I really do. I don't want to be on it at all. So let's make that a goal. Let's put so many logos on the shirt that I'm not even on it. I just got my laptop working again, Mr. Postal says. So I pulled up OBS. Was just setting up a Miko home for my first video. Nice, man. Get ready. Get ready. I hope you got some eye protection because there's going to be shit flung at you. But yeah, that's awesome, man. But when I went live, you picked up all the games right on. There's more in the works too, so there's more in the works from my understanding. Bacon Ice Cream Production says that his Evercade Full Void stream yesterday. Oh, he said that. Okay. Thank you, Richard, man. Thanks for bringing it up in your streams. I really appreciate it. Sure did. Was the most favorite episode I did. I haven't seen it yet. I jumped in for a little bit, and then I had to go feed the kids. When I fucking got involved with this thing with children, if I had known I had to fucking actually care for them, I would have signed up. I love these kids more than I love my fucking life. I really do. They're like a second chance for me. My wife fucking wife booted town. She left the state with them. I didn't even know. I had a buddy of mine call me. He's like, "Hey, when did Samantha get back in town?" I didn't know she was in town. So that was a whole thing. Richard says, "Gotta run. It's movie time." Yeah, go see a flick, man. I hope you had a great night. I hope you have a great night. Loosely Collected, howdy. What's going on, buddy? Postal says, "I have been on medical too. Been cleaning the game room." Good. You gotta keep busy, man. I'm telling you what, my depression this week has been fucking ghastly. Monday, I was pretty much in bed all day. Yesterday, I forced myself to get up and come in here. And I made strides. I pulled a lot of stuff out of here. The girls have their piles to go through. The missus stuff is in the corner for her to go through when she's got a moment. And then today it happened again, and I was like, you know what? I'm not fucking going to bed. So I came in here and just made it happen. Again, this isn't finalized. So you know what? Let me try something real quick. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I just need to block I'm not fucking saying all that again. I've been fucking talking this whole time. You guys haven't even heard me. What the fuck's wrong with my microphone? I've never had problems with it. Alright. And he just keeps blah. Yeah, I keep blying. That's right, because I didn't fucking know yet. Alright. Stop! No sound! I'm getting to it, guys. Jesus Christ. You'd think one person would be more than enough, right? I'll get to it eventually. Oh, well. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Creep, my good elder. You're muted. I saw. All right. We're good now. I know we're good. Only been a couple of minutes, man. Yeah, I was literally just talking about the lighting and stuff behind me. Jesus Christ. No, you know what? I say shit like that. You know, what the fuck? How many people? I do appreciate it. But all right. So let's play some games now that I went through 500 lines of I have no no fucking sound. Let's play another round of this. Let me get the glasses off. Maybe I need a new fucking mic. You know what? It's always fucking something, isn't it? You know, I get a nice little setup going here. I gotta just figure out the lighting. What the fuck? But of course you guys are gonna talk as soon as I start fucking playing. Your mic is fine. It was just muted. No, it wasn't muted. I had to play with the cable. The cable is fucked. It's kind of like half in, half out. Someone must have tripped over or something when I wasn't looking. But we'll get it. You need to mount your guitar collection on the wall behind you. You know, I don't know. I was actually thinking a long time ago about changing the channel to games and guitars. But then I saw that there was this guy who does guns and guitars. And I'm just like, you know, I don't want to be like him. Nice guy, don't get me wrong. But alright, let's go get some air, then we'll get a guy. And then we'll get points. Bam. There we go. I don't know why it went up, man. That was fucked up. But yeah, let me know if the signal starts getting funky. That's mainly what tonight's all about. Because there's a lot of walls between me and the router. A lot of walls. A weed review show? Did I see that? I'm actually fucking out of weed right now. I am all out. I had a batch of Green Monster. Green Monster puts you on a fucking another planet. You gotta be careful with that. At least the shit that we got here. Yeah, it's a reference to the old Fenway Park. But yeah. Hopefully I'll be getting some new equipment here soon too. I want to be able to plug things, get direct input, you know? Oh shit, I went to look over at the chitter chat. Oh my god, OBS keeps disconnecting now. Alright, maybe we're going to have a problem. Maybe this ain't the greatest idea right now. Oh my goodness. Alright. We're going to have to play a different game. I don't know why I'm just not into this now. Maybe I just want to chat tonight. Oh, what was my score last round, too? I like shooting him in the ass. Fucking whore. Stupid whore fish. Your mother was a guppy. Fucking run away from me. I'm trying to rescue you. Oh, that was my thumb. Alright, let me get back to this. Oh, Jesus Christ. You guys have really been going. Your mic is fine. It was just muted. Yeah, okay. We got that. You need to mount your guitar collection. Okay, we got that. The Creepy Onion. That's an interesting name. Tell me more about that. Is there a story behind that, or is it just like me? You had to come up with a name real quick. I combine two of my favorite things, horror and or spooky stuff, and in a cherry. Oh, Creep, by the way, you have a booger in your nose. That's awesome. I'm saving it for later, man. Chet, what's going on, brother? Did you watch that video early? Did you get the fucking twerking chicken? There's something cool that I wanted to tell you. Go for it, Hunter. What did you want to tell me? What is so enthralling? How about a weed review show? I saw that. Blast Master says, I mean, honestly, this setup sounds fine for a small channel. Right on. Thank you. I appreciate that. Creep and chat. You know, let me do this. Let's just do this for a little bit. Howdy, Jerome. Tweet and Twenda. I can't see a cocksucking thing here. Hunter Cleveland says, so, are any of y'all fans of the two Red Dead Redemption games? I'm a fan of what they are. I've just never played them. I don't really do modern games. God damn it, thing's jumping all over. Jerome says, excellent. Atari Dragster. Oh, I haven't played that in a long time. Beat the 5.51 record. I can't beat any records. What are you talking about? Have you seen the way I play? Hunter, I like Red Dead Redemption. Okay, you guys doing? I played Centipede earlier. You got to get into the groove, and it takes... Yeah, Centipede's awesome, though. Centipede's rad. I didn't mean to do that. The game is for fucking families. Absolutely it is. Hunter, well, the Robert, whatever the hell is, the guy who voices John, is going to be a guest at Wonderfest this year. Wonderfest is a convention in Louisville that we go to every year. That's right on, man. That's cool. I don't know who that is, but that's awesome. Not yet. I just got home. Cool. Sweet Dennis says, hello, Creep. You're totally the best, man. Keep on creeping on. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know how sincere you are about that. I've seen some of your streams back in the day. I mean, I don't really know what you're up to now, but if I'm perfectly honest with you. You should rename your channel 2600 Creep. We saw that. Yes, love RDR. I am going to beat Red Dead Redemption. Yeah. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything here. So let me show you some cool stuff. Look at this guy. Let me get rid of this. I built this on this channel, actually. A long ass time ago. It was one of those projects I started, right? And it took me 3 years to just keep coming back to it. It's a 1-to-1 replica of the T800 Endo skull. And I did a thing to make it do stuffs. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. Let's see. The problem is when I secured the switch, I used hot glue. Some of the hot glue got into the switch. Into the switch. Oh! Wow, that's fucking bright. There we go. He's just like, dun 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 dun. Fuck you! Dun 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 dun. Eat shit! Dun 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 dun. Humanity sucks. But yeah, that's my T800. I can't shut it off because of the fucking glue. I'm gonna replace the switch here pretty soon. But yeah, I'll have some cool stuff behind me, and it will periodically change. It will periodically change. And of course, because I'm the cynical kind of guy I am, I put Babu Frick, this cheap little Babu Frick behind him, as if he's working on him. Because I want humanity to, go away. I got my Dracula VFD. I will be buried with this thing. Such a fun game, and it's just rad. I mean, just look at the if you can even see it. The look of it. It's pretty rad. So I'm pretty excited. Creeping it real. I got my He-Man power sword. In case you guys start fucking acting up, I can grab my sword and be like, I'm gonna get you, sucker. More toys. Oh man, I got tons of toys. Don't even fucking get me started. I mess around with Amico, but I do respect the hell out of you. And for what it's worth, I'm always genuine with you. Yeah, I know, and I'm genuine with you too, my man. That's why I don't really have any problems with you. I mean, I know you got your beefs, especially with somebody whose name is MM. And you do your own thing. You do your own thing. I just stay out of it. I stay out of it. But I appreciate that about a lot of the guys. And maybe in private chats you guys snicker. That's fine. I don't give a fuck. Just don't come here acting like an asshole. That's all I ask. If you got questions, I'll answer them the best I can. About a specific subject, of course. Yeah. More toys. Yes, absolutely. 666. The number of the beast. Oh, I wish I had my guitar here. I'd stop playing it. This says, Jerome, if you're close to Louisville, Kentucky. I know it's Louisville. I want to address something. I had a guy message me the other day trying to be a prick on the Facebook page I have. And he says, there's no S in Phil Adams' name. And I suppose it's kind of a Boston thing. With names. Sometimes certain names that are more popular than others, they'll just get wrapped up into it. But we tend to put S's where they don't belong. Or A's sometimes. It's so fucking weird. I know normally we don't have R's, or rather R's. Like idea. We'll say idea. I don't know why, but it's, idea. There's no R in idea. So with him, a lot of times what I'm saying is Phil Adam, pause, is. And because of my accent and lack of fucking chompers, it just comes out as Phil Adams. So, if that bugs anybody, I don't know why. I don't know why that, and I'm not going to say who it was. It wasn't a friend of the show. It was someone trying to be a prick. But that's fine. I don't mind. I answered them with a very swift, fuck you. I'll say his name any way I want to. And if it bothers you, well, go to therapy. That's not creepy. That's frightening. Yeah, I don't remember what I was talking about, so whatever that is. Furthermore, I was genuine with the Amico for other guys too. Just because you put furthermore in there. I really wanted to be one of the convenience for them, the truth of the Amico and Tommy. And it's funny. It's so weird. I understand attaching to IE. Okay, I totally get it. Everyone knows where I stood with the money thing, all right? In fact, I made a whole video about it a while back saying these are the things I think they should probably do. And that was long before I even got the test console. I have my criticisms and I have my positives. But like I got recommended a video, some guy named Goose or something like that. I didn't watch it. And I can't remember the title, but it was very Tommy-centric. And I'm just like, these dudes are more in love with this fucking cat. It's so weird. I mean, I totally get a clumpet of it and why it's still being brought up. I get it. But it's like this obsession. It's almost a sickness. I mean, I don't know anything about this goose guy. I don't know anything, and I'm not trying to say anything negative about them because, again, I don't know who they are. I don't know what they're about. They could be a good guy. They could be anything. You know, so I'm not trying to talk shit, but I saw the thumbnail, and I'm just like, this is grotesque. This is embarrassing. But people got to do what they got to do. They got to do what they got to do. So, yeah, they were must have considered them homies. Long story. Yeah, no, I know. And you know what? Real quickly, things divided. Real quickly. And, you know, I stick to my thing. And I just do what I need to do. Terminus Skull is a good place to start to end humanity. Absolutely. Hunter Cleveland says, I wonder, does Creep play D&D and Warhammer 40K? I do not. I didn't get into D&D at all when I was a kid. That seemed like smart people shit. You know, I was more of the gruff guy. I was more of I don't want to say a thug because we weren't like we were a different kind of gangsters, if you will. You know, we were more like street guys. I don't want to say Goodfellas either because I'm not Italian. I'm an Irish cat. And though I was into metal, I never leaned towards it. And I didn't really look down upon it. In fact, I kind of, to this day, I'm a little jealous of it. Kind of like if you go back to my Masters of the Universe video, I did a whole video about why I was collecting recently, you know, and the grudge I had. And it had more to do with I just wasn't able to get any of it. So whenever my friends would have it, I was like, fuck that. I'll just stick with my Star Wars toys, you know. But I looked at it as smart people shit. And the individuals who were playing it, I just couldn't see myself hanging out with those fucks. And they couldn't see themselves hanging out with me either, in all fairness, you know? So they were completely different worlds, honestly. So I never did get into D&D. As a matter of fact, when I moved in here with my girlfriend, we were cleaning out some spaces so I can have some, you know, some room for clothes. And she kept a lot of stuff from her. Her husband passed away when the girls were only 2 years old. Not to get too personal, but we found his old D&D stuff. And I asked the girls, is this something you'd be interested in when you get older? This is your dad's. And I explained what D&D was. And they were like, no. But one of them is now. She's actually part of a D&D club at school. She's not very active in it. She's not collecting and getting all the stuff. But I mean, this was old school, and I don't know if you still use graph paper or anything like that to draw out the terrain. I know people actually physically make terrain now, but and they probably did then. I don't know a lot about it. But if any of you know who Linda the Gamer Girl is, she's the one who has all that now. She has all of that. Because I put it out there, I'm just like, or maybe she did a video about D&D. And I reached out saying I have all the stuff and I'd like for it to go to a friend versus just some random fuck on Craigslist, you know? But long story short, I never did. I did have this really rad box of Warhammer. It was a salesman display. It had like a paint set in there, a couple different models, and it had a starter or something or other. It was like this big box. And I ended up getting like $90 for it. It was something that was given to me at work. There was a company that wanted to distribute it to us. And we just didn't sell that kind of thing. We're in our supply store. And this guy wouldn't stop fucking calling us. And he sent this thing over. And my friend's like, you're into like customizing toys and shit. Here, maybe you'll be into this. And it just wasn't my deal. It wasn't my deal, so. Oh, you know what? Go back in my channel. Maybe search my name in D&D. I, for $5, found over $600 worth of D&D figures. Large ones, teeny ones. I had a couple of rare guys. Some guy just had a bunch of minifigures, and I saw this spider that I wanted. He wanted $5 for the whole lot of it. So I met him at this old place called Caruso's that doesn't exist anymore, and gave him the $5. I'm like, are you serious, bro? And he's like, yeah. He goes, I really just put the $5 up there just to make it seem like a, you know. But I gave him the $5 and went to a D&D shop, and we went through it all, and I ended up getting like $300 out of the deal, you know? So maybe it was worth more, because most places tend to give you a third of what it's worth. I mean, that's typical business. Take it in for a third and sell it for the full value with a slight discount, maybe, you know. So I got almost $300 for all of them. Pretty cool stuff. But no, I've never really gotten into D&D. My apologies if that bugs you, but the cats that were doing it, we didn't mesh. They looked down upon me, and I thought they were fucking booger picking weirdos. And I'm sure they always played Rush, and I'm not a big fan of Rush, but I always associate D&D with Rush. So that's that. Blastmaster says, to be honest, I came here to act like an asshole, but I got nothing. Oh, well, you know, I mean, I kind of sensed that you were being an asshole, but I let it go and just kind of. But I have things for you, so if you do want to be an asshole, I got this for you. So, I mean, we can play games. That's no problem. I love games. Are you fucking kidding me? I love talking shit. But no, I sensed that from you. I just didn't feed into it. I'm tired today, and I'm just not doing well up here, so. I appreciate you being tired, though. Sam Adams, it's all right. It's an all right beer. Gerard the Completionist. Fuck that kid. You know what? Fuck that piece of shit. I didn't even know who he was until all of that. I really didn't. I genuinely... I mean, he's had Jamie Lee Curtis on his fucking channel. I had no idea who he was. That's how out of touch I am with the internet. You guys think I'm joking when I say shit like that. I don't know. Let me ask you something. Go ahead, ask me, bro. Ask me all day long, Jerome. Fuck. Why does this keep jumping? Jess Greenman says, my name is Mark. I grew up in did you really? I didn't know my name had an R until I couldn't spell it. That's fucking wild. It should be Adams. Nah, Phil Adam. I just tend to put an S. Nobody knows who Goose is. They just make videos. Okay, so some of you know who that guy is. Yeah, again, I don't know anything about him. Cat question mark. I don't know what you're referring to, but I know I call people cats all the time. It's an old, you know, I guess you call it rockabilly, cool kid. You know, look at this cat over here. So maybe I said cat and it's confusing you. I don't know. One of those content creators. Yep. I really wanted Amico and Tommy to succeed. Great idea, poor execution. They didn't really need that many offices. What do you want me to say? They you know, a lot of balls were dropped and a lot of external issues. Fuck, why do we have to repeat this horse all the time? You know, a lot of things converged at once. And unfortunately, the angle of the dangle wasn't in proportion with the heat of the meat. Shit happened. Don't discourage yourself, Creep. You're smarter than you think you are. Anyone can learn something new. No, I know I can. You know what? It was honestly, again, the groups that were playing it. They were in the upper echelon. Actually, I had honor roll in junior high. You guys wouldn't know this from just listening to me, but I do have a little bit of an IQ. I just don't let it out. And as a matter of fact, I got honor roll in junior high once. And then from that day on, did not give a shit about school. I said, I've already done it once. And because of my brothers before me left a fucking golden path for me, I fucking surfed through high school and the rest of, it became middle school halfway through my time in junior high. But it is what it is. But Hunter, I really appreciate that, man. Sweet and Tender says, I'm going to stop saying Tweet and Twenda. Okay, you're talking to Jerome. You guys do your own thing. I know Linda. She interviewed Tommy. Oh my God. Did Linda interview Tommy? I don't remember that. In fact, I have to be honest, I haven't watched one of her videos in a while. I used to love watching her games I beat last month. I think she just uploaded another one the other day. But Linda's really good people. Back before I became kind of a fuck, you know, I'll admit it. I became a fuck. Um, you know, there was that circle of us. You know, Linda, Joe Goes Retro, PK, whatever he calls himself now. That guy's had like 3 different names. It used to be PK in the Universe, I think. Or was it PK's Retro Reviews? And then PK in the Universe and Against the World, and I don't know. Loosely's back! Welcome back, brother. Welcome back. Sweet and Tender says Amico is a sickness and an addiction. It absolutely is, bro. But it's a hilarious story akin to Fry Festival and Thanos. Yeah. Creep. I want your test unit, man. You know what? If it becomes mine, I'm probably not going to get rid of it. If they just one day say, fuck it, just hang on to it. It's yours, dude. Thanks for your help. As a matter of fact, I got an update for him. I got to get to him this week, as a matter of fact. 99% positive this time. Not that it hasn't been, but you are freezing a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I kind of figured that was going to happen. I'm going to have to get a booster in here somehow, but we'll figure it out. Thank you, man. Thanks, Alan. I appreciate it. I love D&D, Loosely says, shockingly. It's one more thing I overcollect. And that's another thing, you know. Jerome says, oh, Jamie Lee. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Jamie Lee. Trading Places, Jamie Lee. I got a fun story about that. Let me get past these last 3 comments here. I have no clue who the completionist dude is either. We can get into that if you want. I don't know. Have I spoken about? I did speak about that, but I don't want to talk about him or the situation. I wanted people to understand that there are some of us out here who are genuinely taking care of business, whether it be on his $600,000 level or on my $2,500 level. You know, link down below. Always donate through the link. Always, always, always. That goes directly to the Alzheimer's Association. I don't see a dime of it. It doesn't pass through my hands. It doesn't go through any of my accounts. Financial, anyway. It goes directly to them, and they do what they got to do with it. But, yeah, I don't know, man. That fucking aggravated me when I saw that. I'll tell you what. People came out of the fucking woodwork asking me about it because they know I'm into the Alzheimer's stuff, you know. Lots of balls dropping and being dropped. Yeah, your IQ creep is out once in a while. You know what it is, isn't it? Once in a while, I let it sneak. I let it sneak by. Amico is like a tiger. It's like the tiger. You know, I never watched Tiger King either. That's why it's worth being obsessed about it. Ha ha ha. Oh, you're just trying to justify your insanity, your fucking addiction. So yeah, what was I going to talk about? What was I going to talk about after this? I told you I'd do it in a minute. D&D. Oh, yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis. So, I was over at my buddy's father's place up in New Hampshire. His father lived there, and he lived down here with his mom. And we were up there, and we were watching Trading Places, and his dad is just, he starts drinking, right? And then he starts having us make the drinks. So we're fucking smashing those bottles. We're putting like no filler, I guess. Let's say it was a screwdriver, okay? We're putting almost no orange juice in it. Slowly but surely. We're getting this guy completely fucking lit up so that he can pass out and we can get lit up, right? We're going to drink the rest of his bottle. And just tell him he fucking did it, right? We couldn't have been 15. Maybe 14. But we're watching Trading Places. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he's like, oh, I got to take a shit. You guys better tell me when Jamie Lee Curtis takes her tits out. And he goes and takes a shit. And he passes out on the toilet. And he comes out a few hours later. He's like, did I miss the tits? I'm like, yeah. He looks at me and goes, you're fucking walking home. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Wait, is the completionist the douchebag that scammed the charity money? Yeah. I don't want to use the word scam. People tend to use a lot of fucking words pretty loosely. Scam is one of them. Scam is one of them. And I did watch and research a lot about what actually happened there. And I don't want to say the word scam because I don't know if the intent was there or not. I think misuse of the funds. I'm going to do that. Because he wasn't... I mean, he was pulling the wool over people's heads. He constantly said that I was donating. I know. So maybe we can use the word scam here. But yeah, he held on to almost a fucking $1 million, like $500,000 in money, and kept telling people it's going to Alzheimer's research, or I think it was a specific kind of dementia that his mom had passed away from, and that's what he was doing. It. And his family created a foundation in her honor. I will never do that. I don't even know how to do that. Do a foundation in my dad's honor. I'd rather just do it this way. Yeah, it's just a fucked up situation. It's beyond fucked up. And when I saw that, the first thing that went through my mind was selfishness in a positive way, saying, "Fuck, here I do the walk every year. I know last year was my mental health wasn't really in tune, and I kind of fucking just I didn't do much last year." But I don't want people, because I knew I was going to go big this year, and I think I'm going to try to go real big. I got a whole bunch of VFD style games in that tub that are going to become prizes and all kinds of stuff. We're going to get back to that, giving shit away every week for donations and stuff. But I was worried that it would sour, and rightfully so, it has soured people's ideas of giving. So I want to be as forthcoming as I can anytime, and I've been saying it for years. I don't get the money, and I refuse to take it directly. There are some folks who have helped me out over the years that have products, and what they end up doing is they try to send the money to me, and then I have to put it in. And what ends up happening is because of fees and all that shit, it's like, I know it's only a $5 fee, but I want that $5 to go into the Alzheimer's. So please, just do it direct. Just do it direct, please. And I know some people don't do the whole PayPal and all that stuff. I mean, by now, if you're not, then, you're kind of a fuck. If I'm doing PayPal and Cash App, and you're not, then you're a little bit of a fuck. Get with it. Unless you're a legit boomer. Meaning my parents' age. But come on, man. Gen X, we grew up as this technology fucking, flourished and grew, and we were part of that. So we should know what we're doing. Okay, the douchebag that seemed to be scamming charities. Yeah, him. Fucking kid, I swear to God. And in my heart did. My heart did dip when I heard all that. I'm just like, this guy's fucking huge. And this is going to be everywhere. And I'm just a little 2,000 plus sub channel. And I don't care about that, people try to, little channels, why are they doing this? And, too big of a channel. I don't give a fuck about my subscription count. As long as people are helping me out with my cause. I could have one subscription, I could have 1 million. Wouldn't matter to me either way. And even if I had 1 million, it'd probably still fucking look like this. The laptop would definitely be a lot better. But I'd have something bigger than this ProBook. Maybe an actual PC and a couple of screens, and I would look cool. And I'd have the fancy lighting and the fucking microphone that's hanging right here, so I can be like, But yeah, that fucked with me for a little bit, and I reached out to him. I didn't know how big he was. I reached out, never got heard back from him. Never heard back. It's all right. Lisa says, or at least was heavily accused of it. No, he fucked up. He held on to the money, and the only thing I could think of was for tax reasons, or interest, rather. I'm sorry, interest. But I don't know. We'll never know, unless we do know. I just don't care to know. Start a new app, Cash Creep. What the fuck? You're really fixated on my name, aren't you? Is this like the increments of being a prick? Or do you just really like to change my name quite a bit? People kept trying to get me to be the Intellivision Creep. Atari Creep. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. It'll probably always stay Atari Creep. For the love of God. Nah, I dig it. No shit. Okay, I'm just fucking around. If I legit thought you were being a prick, I'd snap back at you. But Plus, I like your name. Blaster Master is awesome. Gash creep. Oh, there's a word. I think I said gash like 2 weeks ago, and the girls were like, "What?" I was like, "Nothing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." No other creeps on YouTube. It works. Yeah, I suppose. No, there's some other creeps. There's some other creeps. Oh, geez. I use that a lot, too. I use that a lot, so. All right, I'm out of here. All right, Blaster, thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it, regardless of your intent or not. Ciao. You take care, my friend. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Hope you're well. I hope you're fucking well. All right, let's play some games. I think I've yapped enough. Unless people have a question or they have something they want me to, I'll wait another minute or so. If you have anything you'd like me to touch upon, besides my brief, maybe we'll play a little bit more gamage. We'll do some gamage. You know what? I want to do some. A long time ago, I did one video right there in front of that hutch, where it was kind of like a current event thing, and everybody fucking loved it. And Justin from Atari.io was like, dude, you need to do that at least once a week. I just don't keep up with the current thing, you know? The current thing. Oh, did I miss? I missed a comment. I need to get on the old Netflix, huh? You know, I don't do television programs. I never really liked TV. Yeah, I'll watch like The Mandalorian's amazing. I love that show. All 3 seasons and the last 3 episodes of the Book of Boba Fett, because it was Mandalorian. So, and there are a few like Stranger Things. I got into that. Orange is the New Black. My ex-girlfriend was really into that, and since I was a former corrections officer, of course I had to watch it and lose my shit, knowing that there's no fucking way in hell any of this would be going on. But I don't know. Tiger King, that type of entertainment just doesn't do it for me. I hate reality. I hate reality TV. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, man. I watch programs and movies and play games to escape everything beyond here. And I don't, once in a while I'm into a good documentary, but for the most part, if I want to be entertained, I don't want reality, you know. It could be realistic, but as long as it's a story and there's a progression and a 3-act structure and there's a fucking arc of some sort, you know, and it's in a I don't know, a subject that I'm into, you know, be it sci-fi, horror, you know, whatever, fucking crime drama. I'll watch something like that, but I fucking hate reality TV. I really do. I absolutely despise it. It's like putting humanity's diarrhea in the spotlight. It's fucking disgusting. It's disgusting. Lucy Collector says, Super Creep. To make a new arrangement with Super Freak and change the lyrics. That's actually not that bad of an idea. Alan says, are you going to get a Blaze Super Hype Mega Tech that takes Evercade cartridges? I first I'm hearing of it. The answer is going to be probably no. I had an Evercade and a nice stack of games, and I'm not a handheld kind of guy, so I sold it. I sold it cheap to a buddy of mine named Rick. So, Netflix creep. Doing 8-ball, or are you talking about actually playing pool? But, alright. So, we'll just play for a few more minutes. I see that it's dragging. There's nothing I can do about it. I mean, honestly, bro, there's nothing I can do about it. Alright, let's, you know what, I want to bowl. Let's just play bowling. Just a nice leisurely game. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. I just saw it. Where'd it go? It jumped it. There it is. There it is. Let me move it aside here. Yeah, we'll go for a few more minutes. We'll go for a few more minutes, and then I'll take off. Again, I just wanted to test this and see where it would go. Got the big TV right here. Can't wait. I can't wait. In fact, I might hook up the Genesis after we're done here. What the hell? Oh. I unplugged it. God damn. Oh, you know what? We should play pinball. Do you have Strike Zone on there? Oh, I might. I don't know. Honestly. I don't know. It's funny. You see this, and I know it was one of the real early games, you know? Might even been a launch title. I can't remember. And then you look at Intellivision's bowling. Holy shit. Talk about fucking night and day. My fiance and I, my lady, we used to do the Sunday night chat. Sunday night chats on or gameplay on Instagram from 9 to 10. And we figured out how to play it one night. I just thought it was going to be easy. I didn't realize you needed to fucking have a degree in physicism. Going to be a physicist to figure it out. But once we figured it out, it didn't take long. I'm just fucking around. It was, we had a fucking blast. And I'm not going to lie, I just haven't played it since. So maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe I'll pull out the Intellivision and just leave it up here. And I have a whole bunch of games. I have a whole bunch. You know what? Let's do that. Let's look at that. Let's play this. I was going to go bowling about a week or two ago. Me and my lady are trying to, come up with like cute little date ideas. We don't really go out much because I fucking hate leaving the house. I really do. And that's part of my mental health stuff. Son of a bitch. But my wrist was all wrapped up. It's still weak and sore. But I found out on the first that we didn't have to do any surgery or even cortisone shots. I thought I was at least going to get... Have you ever had a cortisone shot in a joint? Bro, they're not fucking nice at all about it. Like, they go in, they squirt, and they don't pull it out. They just kind of shift it around. You know, they just kind of do that fucking job. My God. Maybe I should wear my glasses while playing. Hopefully I'll have a second screen here. I found my adapters. I've never had a two-screen setup, so I don't really know how that works. So I'm going to bring that old Dell monitor down here, hook it up to this laptop. I remember doing it once at a job I had. I had a tech job, believe it or not, of all things, right? You want to talk about faking it to make it? Holy shit. I ended up a lead tech for a reverse logistics firm. I'll talk about that here in a minute. Let me do one more string of this, or whatever they call it in bowling. And then we'll look at some Intellivision games. We're going to stick around for a little bit. I was going to shut the stream off, but you know what? No, I'm having too much fun. I'm in my own little space here. The only problem is this room has no climate control. No heat. No air conditioning. It's technically a closed-in porch on the second floor. So, it's a closed-in porch. So that's going to kind of suck in the summertime because I'll have to have something going. And I'm praying to God it's not going to be too loud, In the wintertime, I don't mind. You can't really use electronics when they're too cold. Because if they're too cold and whatever's in there processing, whatever, starts to get warm, it's going to sweat. And then that's when you start losing toys, You turn on, it goes pop, and you're done. No more Intellivision. No more Sega Genesis. It's blast processing. My absolute favorite fucking console of all time. It's one of the only, post NES consoles I own. In fact, I think it is the only. I don't have any Nintendo consoles except for the Switch, and that's the girls. They got that from their uncle for Christmas about 4 years ago. I even got rid of my games for it. I never used the fucking thing. I needed the money. I was just like, you know what, girls? Do you play any of these games? They're like, no. No. All right, one more. I'm sorry. It's caca. Jerome says, I love bowling, though. However, Absolute Strike Zone is an amazing game for the 2600. Yeah. I haven't played it a lot, but if it's the one I'm thinking of, it's actually pretty cool. Really cool. And television bowling did take it to a new level. Absolutely it did. Absolutely it did. Fuck. I'll try to go down. That's what she said. I also have that Genesis Mini that came out, the first one, that has this thing on it called the Lunar Project. I got it as a prize from, oh my god, I can never remember the dude's name. Really nice guy. It was guys, he's got a big channel now. It was only like 2,000 or 3,000 when I. And ironically enough, I didn't follow all of his videos because I'm not really into the tech thing, and that's the crux of his channel. He basically hacks and mods things and shows you how to do it. Really nice guy. So there's only a few videos here and there that I watched that I was just interested in, and that must have been one of them. And I guess I left a comment on it, and that's how he chose the winner. I got a Jason mask that way too. This is Rapper Cat down in Texas who, his whole shtick is he does themed Jason masks. He's been around for a long time. And he did a Jason X mask. And he gave it away to one person that was, who commented. And I won. I got that around here somewhere. But I remember I found out when I was down in Connecticut. I worked for Frito-Lay at the time. And I was down in Connecticut for training of some sort. I was held up in a fucking hotel room. I was supposed to play The Legend of Zelda. Finally finish it. There was a whole story behind that. I never really got into it. So I was going to try to do it while I had nothing to do between, whatever. But then I got a message from him back when you could message on YouTube. Saying, yeah, the fucking mask is yours, bro. The mask is all yours. Alright, let's get my television games out. Now, these are my loose ones. This box here is just my loose games. Some games I'm really excited about getting into. These here, I believe I got these from the Game Czar, who is not friends with me anymore because of how I behave on Facebook. He says I post a lot of hate stuff. I don't fucking hate anybody, really. I hate everybody, but, but what is it? We got Blockade Runner and Sewer Sam. I seem to remember No Swear Gamer not liking either one of these, but we'll get into that. We'll eventually get into that. Let's see, what else have I not played? Sub Hunt, I'm pretty sure. I got a mystery cartridge here. I don't even know what this is. It could be something super rare. I got another one. This one's in Activision cart. Let's see, what else do I have in here that I need to get onto? Slam Dunk. I've never played that. I don't know if I've played the Centipede. I don't know if I've played Centipede. What was this game? Hold on, there's a sticker on the back. Miscellaneous loose cartridge. That's what it's called. And someone spent $4.99 on it. I wish I had the console hooked up now. Maybe we'll make a game about that. Well, what game is it? You know. And if anyone gets it right, I'll give them a prize. I try to do something around my birthday every year. And my birthday is this Friday. Yeah, happy birthday to me. I get to celebrate the day all my problems started. Beam Rider, one of the greatest games of all time. And even though I am an absolute die-hard Atari port fan, I don't know what you call it, this game here, this I was so shocked. I got this game and... Where are you, my friend? Where are you, my friend? I've told this story a bajillion times. I should have all my Magic cards together, but I can't find... That's it? Yep. I got these two in a trade deal at a local store, and they're not like a gaming store. They're just like a retro store, mostly closed, but they kind of dabbled in the games. I was trading a bunch of Coleco stuff for other stuff, and I saw these on the shelf, and I was just like, no, I think I this one I got from Rick R. The guy, actually, ironically, I sold my Evercade to. And I also bought this Dracula off of him. So I guess him and I are Dracula buddies. But Beam Rider was on the shelf, and I didn't even know it was on in television. I bought it before I even had an Intellivision console, man. And when I finally popped it on, I was like, fuck yeah, this thing is amazing. Lock and Chase I don't give enough love to. We need to get into some fucking Lock and Chase. Completely different game than the Atari port. And I almost look at it like the Atari port is the game. And then this is kind of like a part 2 because there's more to it and it's more advanced. So maybe like this is the successor. I know it's supposed to be the same game. I look at this as like the better part 2. Buzz Bombers, we play a lot. Frogger, I don't know if I've played Frogger quite a bit. What I really want is I want a copy. Actually, I don't really have many Parker Brother games at all that I can see here. But I'd love to get my hands on The Empire Strikes Back. It's not as good on the console. Microsurgeon, I haven't played that probably in 30 years. Maybe we'll play that. It's a very interesting game. Demon Attack. Good stuff, good stuff. Space Hawk. Snafu Boxing. Actually, boxing I'm pretty interested in. Is boxing any good in your television, guys? Let me know in the chitter chat. Sub Hunt. But yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch here. Horse Racing. Stampede. I have Stampede over here. Where'd it go? I just had it right here. Isn't that a wonderful sound? Going through cartridges. Even to this day, that sound fucking pumps my nads. It really does. I remember doing it as a kid at my buddy's house. I have a bunch of box games, too. I have... What is this? I got Tron Deadly Discs. Mission X. I was actually going to play this weekend, too. It's kind of like a... it's their version of... oh my god, why can't I think of the name of the game? Xevious. This is a sad case. A while back, somebody on Atari Age reached out to me. And I apologize for not remembering who it was. It was so long ago. And again, you got to remember, with the working in corrections, getting hit, fighting a lot as a kid. And maybe I have a little bit of what my dad had. A memory, if it's not current, I don't remember any of it. But they reached out and said, hey, pick a couple of games that you'd be interested in. And we'll send you a few. So I gave them a list, to review. It was in the early days of the Amico, too. And the only reason I was even in there is because people are like, hey, people are talking about you in the chat. Again, Tommy was still in there. It was the early day, excuse me. So somebody's like, dude, since you're not really into television, well, let me get a couple homebrews your way. So we played the hell out of this one, Sea Venture. But this one never ended up working somehow. I told them I want to send it back to you, but they're like, I don't know. Jaw crusher. What a great box, man. This is an amazing... What these homebrews are doing, man. It's fucking beautiful stuff. I just wish I was financially okay to do those kind of things. Let me put my manuals and all my overlays. All right, we're not done. What the fuck? No way. No way. Carnival. I don't know if I've played Carnival on here. I love this on the ColecoVision. Absolutely love it on the ColecoVision. The Atari port is okay. It's all right. Oh, okay. I'm going to save this one. I got Night Stalker. Of course, I got Night Stalker. One of my favorite games. The problem with that is, though, the controls. So I need to get one of those new controllers that you can get now. Brian's Man Cave's been using one. I can't remember. I gotta close this thing or it's gonna drive me nuts. I have 2 boxed Burger Times. I don't even know how that happened. I don't collect variants really on anything that I'm not really into. But this fucking box is the tits. That's what's up right there. I mean, I know this is a classic or whatever, but look at that. Look at the striping on that. I remember my sister painted a stripe just like that on her wall with the colors and the thing. Oh, what else do we have here? Danky Kang. We got a little bit of Danky Kang over here. So I got a pretty sizable television collection. Oh, we're not done. We're not done. Venture? What a great port of this game, huh? Not for use with Intellivision 2. Don't fucking use your Intellivision 2. Or else that dude who, used to talk to Elliot. What was his name? Plimpkin? Plinkin? What was that guy's name? That did the commercials for Intellivision. Well, either way, if you try to put that in your Intellivision 2, he comes and shoots you in the nuts. And then Pitfall. I have to have Pitfall. Ooh, there's a sticker on here from Sears. $30, $29.99. I actually associate Pitfall more with the Intellivision than I do the Atari because that's the first place I played it. And I honestly thought it was an Intellivision game. I know it was an Activision thing after, of course, Atari and all that. And I know the Atari one came out first, but I hadn't played it yet. And I saw the Intellivision. I was playing it, and it's pretty cool. And then my buddy got it for the Atari. And I'm like, oh, that's an Intellivision game. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Intellivision? What the fuck is Intellivision? Even he didn't know what it was. My friend that had one, he wasn't like friends with them. There wasn't a mutual friendship thing. Well, I got some random shit here. Look at this. Somehow I got a European copy of Friday the 13th for an Xbox One. I don't have an Xbox One. I'm not in Europe. Yeah, I didn't even know that was over here. What the shit? Wow, what else is over here? PlayStation 2, Star Wars Lego 2. And oh boy. I don't have a PS2. Mine died and I just never went to get... Wow, both games are in here with manuals? I didn't even know I had these. Battlefront is so fucking fun. Again, double thumbsticks. I just can't do it. I got my Retron 77 over here. And hopefully we get a little HDMI TV. Or some kind of a capture device. I'll use this until I get myself one of those Atari 2600 Pluses, but... Oh, I don't know why I brought the modern controller in here. I never use it. But yeah, that's my Intellivision collection game-wise. And the only console I have is just the classic gold and wood. I'd love to get my hands on a 2 and paint it. I want to paint that thing. I'm going to smooth it out so it doesn't have the texture. And go candies on it and maybe even pinstripe it. I need to build my pinstriping kit. I lost it when I left Arizona to come back here. I think we talked about that in yesterday's stream. Some guy, at the art place I was working at was like, yeah, I can't get anyone in my auto body shop. I'm like, here's my number. And he called me. He's like, I got a guy who wants some scrolling. I said, let me go get my kit. Went up in the attic. Couldn't find the kit. Somewhere between Arizona and here. So I called the guy up saying, look, I don't have the fucking money to go buy all that shit. Sorry. And I never pursued it. I never pursued it from there. There's a guy named Steve Kafka in Arizona. I hope he's still alive. I don't know if he is or not. But he sells a really good brush. Mac. Of course, you gotta have a Mac or two. But I prefer his stuff. The long liners, not the squirrel hair fucking traditional Mac, which is great if you're just doing like this kind of stuff, But once you start having a curl, I hate that. With a nice liner, you just do this. Boom, done. And you just repeat the other way. Whereas with a Mac brush, you'd be going like this and shit, and then coming back around. And old cats can keep doing that. I'm not gonna. I've been playing my PS3. I think it plays PS2 games. I had a PS3 that played like the first one, that big fucking heavy thing. My neighbor put it on top of his trash. I guess they were cleaning something out. And I walked over and I'm like, dude, can I have the PS3? He's like, I don't even think it works anymore. I'm like, I'm the man. So I took it home. I laid it down. I put a hairdryer into it. Walked away for about a half hour. Came back. Let it cool off. Worked just like that. You hold it upside down or whatever. You basically reheat the thing so it sticks better. So that played PS2 games. Did it play original PlayStation? That's kind of where, I love the PS2, but I kind of capped off at the original PlayStation. Honestly, I had a PlayStation 2 when it came out. We were all fucking excited about it, and I think that's the only reason I didn't have a Dreamcast, because much like everyone else, I was all about the multi-functionality of the PS2. Oh, excuse me. PS3 does play PS1 games. That's awesome. Oh, hey, what's going on, man? I didn't see you sneak in there. I'm sorry. How's it creeping? I just scrolled up. I'm sorry, my friend. I didn't mean to not say hi, Kamikaze World. Do you have the cassette tape attachment that plays 2600 cassette games? I don't. What's it called? The Supercharger? Or the Star Charger? I can't remember. Oh my God. I've never owned one. I've had a couple of the games, but I've never owned one. Unfortunately. I've just never seen it. And I'm not an eBay kind of guy. Once in a great while, I'll do that. But if I don't find it locally, I tend to not, and I haven't found one locally. I do have a buddy of mine who owns a game shop, and he knows I'm into Atari stuff. So if he comes across anything like that, I'm the first guy he thinks of. I hope. I really do hope. But he's got a place in Salem called Second Chance Gaming. Really nice kid. I went to school with him. And when I first moved back here, I actually looked up the gaming places, and he was in this old thing. Any of you Massachusetts cats will remember Building 19 and a half on the Linway. It became an indoor flea market. I'll just say that. It was an indoor flea market that had a lot of prom-style dresses. White boy stuck out like a fucking sore thumb in there. But it was a pretty fun place. Great food. Dirty. It was the old Building 19 and a half, and it was in Lynn. So it wasn't the cleanest place. But he had a little fucking room in there. And then he moved to a place in, an actual storefront in Lynn. And now he's got this really nice one in Salem. So if you're in the Massachusetts area, look him up. Don't go to the gaming zone or game zone that's in Salem. Those fucking guys, they'll say anything to get you to buy, and they'll fuck with you. If you play dumb, they'll fuck with you financially. Because I try to do that. I try to see how honest people are, And I remember when I first went in there, I had just gotten a Master System, so I wanted to build that collection up. And I asked him, hey, do you have this game, and this game for the Master System? He's like, you know what, I just got, and he pulled up a box, and sure as shit, he had it. He had Ghost House, and he had the couple I was looking for, Astro Warrior. And I'm like, wow, I haven't played these in years. Oh my God. How much? Star Path, that's it. The Star Path. Thank you. Freeze frame. Yep. Man, you just can't let it go, can you? Jesus, man. What are they saying? But yeah, no, and he was being a little, and I'm like, come on, man. Come on, dude. And he's like, okay, all right. So then we started talking, and I got fair market. He got fair market for it. But then he tried to play his things like, so where are you from? And I told him, he's like, movies on video. I bought them out, all their game stuff. So you might be playing games that you rented. And it might be true, might not be true. Either way, I got a couple of really cool games. If you've never played Ghost House for the Master System, it's a really cool game. It's a vampire game. It's more of a vampire game than it is a fucking haunted house game. But whatever. I've been playing Tiger Woods 13 Master. I didn't know he had a game. Never mind 13 of them. Jesus Christ. It's fantastic. I highly recommend it. I'm not really much of a golf guy. It's like watching flies mate, you know? Well, the only copy of Freeze Frame I have is on vinyl. The only copy of Freeze Frame I have is right here. An old Pro book and an internet router that's fucking on the other side of the building. It is what it is. We'll get it there. I promise. And don't think PS3 can play vinyl. Oh, really? Plays everything else, man. I laughed my ass off. Did you guys hear that? It sounded like someone dropped the bucket of a front end loader and dragged it. Holy shit, that was loud. What else do I have over here? Fuck it. Oh, guys, this is something I want to talk about eventually. Going back to Terminator. I got a whole bunch of these Terminator trading cards. I have a full set in a stack over there. Plus a whole bunch of loose ones I want to send to No Swear Gamer. I got a stack of cards that I was supposed to send to him a while ago. But it was one of those things where I'm like, I'm about to get this, so I want to add to it. Then I forget, and then I add to it, and then I forget. I don't know if he even still does the game pack, or the card packs anymore, but he used to do giveaways, and he was really into collecting cards. Mostly sports cards and stuff like that. But I got a huge stack of these that I want to send to him, along with a bunch of football cards and everything. I got this, a full complete set loose, and then that stack that's probably about an inch thick, for $10 off some kid in Malden. And it turns out I grew up with his uncle. And we didn't know that until after the fact. I was looking at, it was through Facebook. I'm like, wait a minute. And I said his last name out loud. I'm like, Danny. Last name. He's like, that's my uncle. I'm like, dude, he lived right around the corner from me. He used to throw the best parties. That dude, he threw a graduation party every year. And there was this one dude that would come with his accordion. He'd play like fucking Who songs and Stones and Stone Temple Pilots and fucking crazy days, man. Crazy fucking days. What else do I have over here? I got my Genesis. Mm-hmm. I got this guy. I guess I got this in Salem off some lady for $5. I actually broke it. I threw it. I got mad one day. I just fucking threw it. And I was able to fix it in a way that I can't even tell where it broke. Honestly. God damn, I'm good. There's that dragging again. What the fuck? Oh. It's a dirt bike. Alright, never mind. It's a dirt bike of some sort. But this thing's articulated up the fucking old wazoo. I can barely find anything about it. There's only a handful of them out there. Oh, you know what? Oh, okay, yeah. There's one spot where it was broke. I just snapped it. I mean, it's still on there. But that's right. I remember the head came off. One of these pistons I had to reset and locate. Um, I think it was one of those things where the body just split open and parts went flying. Where is that baggie? Where did I put it? I want to show you guys some really cool shit if I can find it. Where did it go? Ah, it's right behind me. Fucking Terminator, man. So anyone who did the Sunday night chats or Sunday night gameplay will recognize this guy. Where is he? We'll recognize him. He used to be kind of hanging, like the TV was on like a little dresser thing, and this was in one of the pull handles. Oh, and he still lights up. Whee! You know? Whee! He is a 6-inch figure. This is the one I can't find anything on. That's right. That's right. This is the one. But what I also have is, for any of you who collect action figures, there's this little phrase called, or if you don't collect it, there's this little phrase called army building. And I was at this little retro toy store up in, of all places, this area called Bearskin Neck or something like that. It's up in, oh my God, it's like an artist community up there. I can't remember. Rockport. There's this place we go to, and there's a great fudge. There's a great fudge place. Let me see if I marked it. There we go. This exact one. And next to all of his Star Wars ones, he had one of these 1991 Kenner figures. And the cool thing about it is it's got these little holes up here. And if you shine a light down on it, the eyes glow. It's like a plastic, almost like the same material Lego uses for the lightsabers. So I found him. I'm like, oh my God, that is so rad. You know, he still has the punch action. So then I just started buying them. So if anyone has any of these 1991, and I don't care which colors. And I honestly don't care if it, like this same figure was re-released a few times. It's a Kenner product. I want to amass a huge army. I tend to pay $5 a piece for these. This one's loose as fuck. I gotta get in there and fix his legs, but he's beat up. He's all beat up. But yeah, I started numbering them on the bottom. I don't know why. I was like, okay, like this one's number 2. And who's number 3? I think that's it. Just 2. I guess I only counted the 2 guys. Wait a minute, I had more than this. There's no way I only have 5 of these. I don't know. But regardless, if any of you guys have any of these that you just don't want anymore, get a hold of me. If I get a few bucks, I'll send it your way, or put it aside for me until I do. But I do want to do another Terminator display. I got a whole bunch of stuff. And I also have an old model kit, a vinyl kit. I want to say it's 12-inch figure that my buddy, BTB, he's got a channel, and his shows are called the Atlantic Lounge. That was a bar I used to play at. 7800 Avenue, the Jag Bar, and something Links. I can't remember what the Links program was called, but you can get an idea what it was. But he sent me a couple of his childhood model kits for me to restore, and we did an 18-inch Freddy Krueger one on the channel. But he also sent me the Terminator one, and I still have it in parts. I haven't done anything with that yet. In fact, I've been working on a lot of figures lately. I made another custom Motu figure called Cranom. It's basically a big skull with legs and arms sticking out of the side of his head, where his ears would be. But I need to get that together and get him with all these. Oh, fuck you, stupid ass Gravity. I also have, if I can get my shit together here to show it to you, a bunch of these little Terminator guys. And they came on this little stand. They got a little skull. And these are Mega Constructs. I got a bunch of these. My buddy Cash's Treasure. Great channel, by the way, if you're into if you're into Garbage Pail Kids, that's his shtick. For the most part. He's got a really great channel. I would go check it out. But him and I used to collect a fuck ton of these little, mostly Masters of the Universe ones. As a matter of fact, the box of those are right around the corner here. And whenever he would see these, he'd be like, "Hey, do you need any more?" And I'd be like, "Yeah," I'd send him the money, and vice versa. But so yeah, a fuck ton of Terminator stuff. The big skull behind me. The 18-inch figure that I have here. No, this is a 12-inch figure. I don't know how tall this guy is. No, he's definitely not 12 inches. Maybe 16. Let me measure it real quick. Yeah, 16 inches. Oh my God. Family-friendly programming. Oh, look at that. He'll stand. I bet you he'll fall forward at some point. So, let me see what I'm missing in the chitter chat here. Oh my God. I'm missing a whole lot. Kamikaze says, okay, it doesn't play vinyl. Laughing. I know, right? I'm sorry, man. I'm totally not following you anymore. I just kept going. I found my wife's collection of those mystery Hot Wheels cars shortly after she passed. Oh, dude, I'm sorry that your wife passed away, man. I didn't know anything about that. Not that I would have. My condolences, my friend. My condolences. I opened them recently. The Terminator movies are good. The game, I couldn't get into. I couldn't get into any of them either, especially like the Genesis ones. There's a couple of ones, almost like Operation Wolf style games. I will always play those. The original Terminator game in the arcade, I'll play that all fucking day long, but I didn't like it on the home consoles at all. I haven't really played any other ones, but yeah, I love the Terminator. The first movie I love. It's one of my favorite movies. And the second one, I tend to have a lot of problems. I don't have problems with it. I have problems with people when I say the original Terminator fucking destroys T2 hands down. And it's because there's two separate movies. They're completely different. And we talked about that, again, when I went to go see one of the more recent ones. I did like a little review of it, I fucking love the Terminator, man. I'd use those to play chess with. Spider Rico, what's up, man? Hey, did you guys know the Creep was a chess tournament player at one time in his life? I was number 271, I think, in a state. I think I had like 6,000, 5,000 or something like that. I was young. I was really young. But I did. On the weekends, we'd get up super early and we'd go to these big halls and there'd be fucking tables with games and clocks everywhere. And I spend the entire day doing that, trying to get a fucking trophy. And I got a couple trophies. And then I got a few hairs down on my nuts. And girls became a little bit more important than playing chess. I played this one Russian dude. And I say it was me and 24 other people. We were the top 25. And he literally just walked. We were all sitting at a table with our boards. And he literally just walked by and was like... And I was like, what the fuck? And I'm over here thinking, I'm like, okay, so... And then I do it, and he's already back at the table, and just boom. He just looks at the board for 5 seconds, and he destroyed all of us. Until he got to the last dude, and then he finally sat down, and they were punching the clock and going. It was pretty exhilarating. Chess tournament. But yeah, I used to play chess. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Creating a chess board with those figures. I got a ton of the He-Man ones. I actually tried to sell them. Everybody responded to me, but no one pulled. I was only doing them for $50 too, and there's a lot of them. And I have a bust of Skeletor I was throwing in there, and I just found I have a Havoc staff here. From that new wave of Masters of the Universe. Where is it? It's a fucking weird looking thing. Stand by. It's got to be like right here. I saw it earlier. Oh, I know where it is. I think. I guess not. I don't know where the fuck it is. That's angering me because I want to know where it is because I'm going to put it with this stuff. What the fuck did I do with it, man? I had it in my hands like 3 hours ago. Oh well. It's a pretty cool looking thing. It was for kids. It had a stick in the top part of it, and it made the most obnoxious noises when you put a battery in it. But you know, this is the bust. I never painted it. Never felt the need to. I got Snake Mountain, fucking Castle Greykull, and all these little figures, you know. Same line of figures as the other one. I even have these tiny little. They have a couple of the Mego Monster ones of these. Some people have been finding them in Dollar Trees. Speaking of the Dollar Tree, they had this line. 5 of these figures. I think I have them all here. They forever have these. You can go in any Dollar Tree and find these. 5 of them. There's Skeletor. Fucking Man-at-Arms here. Gotta figure out where the goddamn camera is. Orko. He-Man. I think there's one more in here somewheres. Oh well. It's in here. I know it is. And then this weird thing. It came with a figure. Oh, there it is. Seaman. No, Merman. And, you know, and I got a whole bunch of these little Mega Construct figures. A ton of them. These, the bust. $50 and nobody wanted it. So maybe I'll just put them on display somewhere. I'm kind of not into Masters as much as I was back in the day. Not for any other reason than it just started getting over. It was just the collecting started getting crazy. It's like they just kept fucking pumping out new shit. And it's not that I'm a FOMO or a completionist. Thank God I'm not the completionist. It really is bugging me where the fuck that thing might be. But yeah, it was driving me nuts, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna end up fucking. So I kind of just chilled out on the Masters of the Universe stuff for a little while. I got my power sword here. Let me show it to you. It's a little under the weather. When I 3D printed this in pieces, I didn't think to put a dowel through it. So like right here, you can see there's a crack in the joint, and this kept falling off. This is actually a flat piece that attaches here with the handle. There is a dowel between the two pieces that are here and here. I gotta drill one for this and just do it properly. And there's a few blems on it, but I wrapped the handle. This is one of the first things I 3D printed. This, oh yeah, see that's still fucking loose. So much weight for this one little handle, you know. But yeah, I got the fucking power, bitches. The power to destroy my sword because I didn't think enough to give it support. Proper support. But when I got my 3D printer, I wanted to do I wanted this. I wanted an AT-AT driver helmet. And I wanted to print one of the Atari VCSs before it was released. The new modern one. And have it in the background to fuck with people. I was going to do the same thing with the Amico. I was going to 3D print one and have it in the background, like you could barely see it, but it was there. You'd really have to be like, oh my God, and then take screenshots and blow it up. I wanted to do that to fuck with people, but it just never ended up happening. It never ended up happening. I did print it, but it fell apart and everything. And then I finally got it together, put a Raspberry Pi in it, and somebody won it from my Alzheimer's stuff. All right, what's going on here? That's not right, man. That's all right. He says, thank you. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, my man. That's, you know, my girlfriend, she lost her spouse. And the kids were only 2, they're twins. But to this day, it still has ripples of, you know, I can't even imagine it. I can't even imagine. So I'll stop talking about it, you know, but still. I'm sitting here answering My monitor, like you can hear me. Well, earlier no one could hear me, so um, let's see. You could make a Lego chess set. No, no Lego. You guys got lucky with the 2600 Lego, and that's still gonna stay where it is. Maybe it'll end up behind me. I don't know. I don't know. Is that sword based on the '80s live action Masters of the Universe? No, it's based off of. I don't think so. It was from Thingiverse. There was this thing called the Geek Builder Dad or something weird like that. And when his channel first started, we used to talk a lot. Because if you guys remember the Amelia Macabre in my playlist, I used to do a lot of projects on this channel. And we're going to get back to doing that. I need to finish my 45 long slide with laser sighting. Need to finish that. But him and I used to chat a lot because we were prop makers, or whatever you want to call it. And he put out a video of him and his kids putting one of these together. So I was like, where'd you get the files? And he's like, Thingiverse. And as soon as I got my printer, I made it fucking happen. I made it happen. Mr. Shaw, what's going on? Thanks for coming in. Hey, how the heck is everyone? I know I'm doing well. I hope everyone else is doing well as well. The crack makes it look like battle hardened. No, that crack makes it look like it's about to fall apart. Look, feed me, feed me. But I will. And you know what? Honestly, and I don't mind showing this. There's like little areas where I didn't smooth it too well. Like right here, there's a bump. That's putty. I just never go. Never scraped. I just wanted to paint it with the textured paint to see what it would look like. And you know what? I said, you know what? That's it. I'm just gonna go with that. And I just so happen to have the wrap for the thing. No, I think this is more based off of the comic book / the cartoon. The cartoon one. It's not an exact, but it's pretty damn close. There were like 2 or 3 different kinds that were similar to this. Some of them, I think this was opened here, so this ball would be a little bit jot to the side on both sides. And then there's one that's Shearer's, and it had a jewel right here. I almost printed that one too, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm really into the Princess of Power. And that's not a sexist thing. It's just, it is what it is. And like there's a seam line here that's not splitting, but I just never really did. I got to redo this. I got a 3D printed guitar body that I need to I finished it in the same thing. I did the same thing. I put it together. I did a little bit of prepping, and then I hit it with this textured paint and then left it at that. It's actually got the pickup in it. It's wired up. I really just need to attach a neck to it and a bridge. I have a bridge. I have a neck. I have 8 gauge strings for it because it's 3D printed. I did do the centerpiece not at 100% infill, but I think I did it at 75% infill. 50 would have been more than enough, I think. But maybe we'll work on that here pretty soon. Kamikaze says, you're fine. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I just never know what my limit is, so that crack makes it look bar in hell. Hey, how the heck is everyone? Doing good. Mr. Shaw says, Chris, proud of you for getting that space done. It's not quite there yet, but yes, thank you. I really appreciate that. I worked my ass off in here. A lot of it was depression-driven to get the shit out of my head, but between yesterday and today, I got a lot done. And again, not trying to push anything, but I think today's video that I did for the members only of this room was the best. And it's got a twerking chicken. So, if you like twerking chickens with no skin, with no feathers and no head, maybe it's a turkey. I don't know. But he's in there and he's twerking. He's twerking like a jerkin. A jerkin. Let's see. Oh shit, something just jumped. Okay, double-sided axe. Guitar 3D printed. Okay, you know what? I wasn't going to get up and walk away again. But you just fucking pushed my arm. You said axe, right? coming. Oh, you son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Get me a drink. All right, let me get this fucking sword out of my way. I'm already cluttering up this new space. Stay. Think of it like this. Choppy! So that's the 3D printed guitar body. There was this cat on YouTube. I don't remember if he was Chinese, Vietnamese, or whatever. But he designed this and left it and put the files on Thingiverse. If I think about it, maybe I'll try to find the link again and put it down below. But there's a lot of things like I don't know if you can see it, but where the balls aren't lining up. The front, it's not too bad. Where was it the worst? Yeah, right here. I guess you can't really see it, but there's a line that goes right here that's not really matched up. And some of the joints are funky. It's got a break in it right here. Some dickhead dropped it. There was this guy who, and this is the neck I bought for it. I just bought a cheap Amazon neck. So I did the fret work on it and everything. It's still taped up. The idea is, and it's a real tight fit. And you can, well, I used to be able to hold the body by it. And I had it leaning up like this. And the guy picked it up by the neck and the body dropped. And a big chunk was taken out of there. So I'm going to use that as battle damage. I'm going to try to refinish it. But it's just got a cheap little dual rail humbucker, you know. I mean, he designed it with the single coil in mind because of space. And it's got all this ornate stuff. You know, some of the, I still got a few things I need to fix. And there's a lot of, like there's a gap line right here, seam line. Yeah, that's where you plug it in. It's fucking sharp, dude. It's wicked sharp. And, 3D printed the knob. Did I put anything on the end of that? Nope. So this is it's all 3D printed except for the electronics. And I have tap tested it, and it works just fine. I just need to get off my butt and attach this to it. I have tuners, I have a bridge, and I have the strings. I have everything I need. The back plate, the screws. I don't know. I don't know why I haven't done it yet. But I should. I should absolutely fucking do this here soon. And see what it's going to play like, So you said you should get a double axe. Well, I got a single axe. Oh my goodness. I hit the TV. But yeah. It's not really necessarily, I even have a ground wire sticking out where the bridge is going to go. It's not really about playing it. It's just more about how cool it's going to look, hanging on the wall. But I think I do need to take it apart as far as the electronics. So maybe I'll just tape it all off. And redo a lot of, there's still a lot of print lines. And I know on this camera you're not going to be able to see, there's a fuck ton right here. The whole blade is nothing but print lines. I just thought that would look cool. And I thought the hammered paint would have, obscured some of it. Made it just look like forging lines. But it didn't. It fucking didn't. But yeah, there you go. 3D printed guitar. This is, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 prints. And then the control cavity, and then of course the knob. So 10. 10 print sessions for this bad Larry. And I couldn't be happier. It's pretty cool. There's a couple of different guitars I want to print. But my printer, it's right there. It's the first time I've seen it in probably over a year. When I started cleaning through this room. I don't know. I kind of started just printing stupid shit. And I said, that's enough. I got all these projects. The sword was one of them. The power sword was one of them. I got all these projects. stop printing stuff. So I put the printer away. Put it away. And I think it needs a new extruder anyway. So I don't know. All right, where are my glasses? Do I still have Zoom open? I had a meeting today with my doctor. My doctor, that's sick. Thank you. I really appreciate it. That's fucking metal. Mr. Shaw says. Says again. Let's see. How come bass guitars never get that much attention? I got a bass guitar. It's called the Monster Bass. Actually, I took a fabric that had all the Universal Monsters on it. Almost like a, I don't know if you know what a Paisley guitar is. They used to use like a wallpaper, and they'd attach it to the body and then clear and paint over it, just the edges, and it was like doilies and shit, 60s. Well, fabric top is something that like YouTube guitar fucking builders kind of got into for a little while, and I had this fabric with all these monsters on it that I was actually going to have someone make me one of those stupid masks with. That I attached to it. We'll look at that. We'll look at that here pretty soon. There might be a video about it here. I don't know. I do have a playlist called Atari Creep, so if I do, excuse me, use a sword for the neck. Yeah, I just told you I can't even keep it together without a dowel in it. You want me to put fucking tension on it? Just fucking with you, Jerome. But seriously, whose balls aren't lining up? Mine. Mine, the old, You need something solid for a bass. Vibrate apart. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Plus the tension is no, tension isn't as, it might be. I don't know. I still be sick to see a bass made like that. Absolutely. Gene Simmons has a single bladed bass, right? That's an axe. Kramer made it originally for him, to my knowledge. Mr. Shaw says that's going to be sick when you finish building it. Be a good live event. You know what? Maybe we can put it together, and I could do the intonation and adjustment and the setup, and just have I'd like to get like a little Spark mini amp, because I think you can plug those in and use it as an interface too. So sounds cool. I forgot about Simmons bass. Yeah, it's a pretty cool bass. It's what I think of when I think of axe guitars, They did make a couple of guitars that way, but if I remember correctly, Kramer might have been the cats that made the original one. Maybe not. Maybe he just got an endorsement. Fucking Kiss. They just went wherever they wanted to. There was no consistency with those guys. That logo was on so many fucking things. And I know there are a lot of diehard Kiss fans out there. And I used to work with a couple of them. I mean, they had a room dedicated to Kiss. One of them had a Kiss casket that he's going to be buried in his Kiss room. I mean, he's got a fucking full casket, ready to rock and roll. I guess literally. With all this other stuff, and he had Ace Frehley was his jam. So he had like a mannequin set up to look like he had the mask on and put the clothes and made the boots and the stuffs to make the. So he had a life-size Ace Frehley fucking action figure in his room, and I never got it. I just don't get it. You would think I would, being into horror, into blood and guts and metal and rock and roll and guitars and just, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's Kiss. I just never got it. I thought they were an okay band. It was the spectacle, which I'm not into a spectacle, although Alice Cooper is my favorite performer of all time. I just can't get into him. In fact, I'm more into Ace Frehley's solo stuff, honestly. It's fucking weird to say that, but I don't know. 2000, man, it was a great song. I'm not a huge Kiss fan. Those guys are ravenous and good for them. I mean, there's things that we're into. We're all fucking into something. I just can't get into him. And Gene Simmons is a prick too. I mean, he's just an outright fucking douchebag, and I just can't deal with him. And one of the movies I used to watch a lot in the '80s was this one called Runaway. I don't even think many people even heard of it. Maybe they did. I don't know. No one around here really knew much about it. But it had Tom Selleck in it. He played a cop. And Gene Simmons was the bad guy. And Gene Simmons made these little robot guys that looked like spiders and shit. And they would inject acid into you and kill you. And there'd like be 10 of them all over you. And he basically programmed robot to harm humans. And it was nice watching him die in that. It was very nice watching him die in that because I've seen and heard so many fucking stories about that cocksucker. I don't know. And that kind of kills it for me. Gene Simmons will put the Kiss name on anything he can. Yeah, no kidding. I'm sure there's Kiss tampons somewhere. I mean, they've been in enough coups as it is. They might as well fucking catch the class, right? It's funny how few bands said stardom. Elvis and Beatles, Kiss, yeah. Yeah. And, I think it's good that only a few reached that stardom because then that wouldn't be, for obsessed fans. Yeah, obsessive fans, absolutely. Hey, man, speaking of movies, you ever see Detroit Rock City? That was a good one. I did. That's the one with the kid trying to get to the Kiss concert and all that. I remember watching it like once or twice. I had fun with it. It was a good flick. A song, My Name is Eugene. Heat-seeking missile guns. Okay, so you've seen the movie I'm talking about. I think it was called Runaway, wasn't it? I think Kiss was more about the franchise. Yeah. How do you do that, though? I mean, they couldn't have initially gotten into that because it's like, that's lightning in a bottle. How do you know you're going to get that big? And maybe they just did it. I don't know too much about their history. I really don't. I don't. Maybe they planned it like that from the start and they did what they could when they could. Maybe someone gave them money. I don't know. Maybe they're one of those bands that went out there and pretended they were huge, like a David Bowie, even though they weren't. Spending all kinds of money to look huge and then eventually became. I don't know. But I thought it was just about rock and roll and theatrics. But I don't know. Oh, hold on. Sounds like an adult film with Gene Simmons and robots. No, well, it's a rated R movie, but actually it might be PG-13. I don't know. It's actually a really cool movie. It's definitely of the time. Who else is in it? Ali Sheedy's in it, I believe. I believe she's in it. The chick from Cheers? The second one? Was that her name? She was in Three Men and a Baby, I think. Yeah, I don't remember. But she was in it too. Yeah, it was a really fun movie. All right, 8 Ball. All right, you have to tell me what the 8 Ball is. Are you just trying to tell me that I'm behind the 8 Ball? I don't know. I'm not smart, guys. I'm not smart. I always found Kiss to be, they're decent to listen to. They got some really good jams. They're a decent band at best. They have a really great stage show, even though they completely, lip sync the whole thing now. Let's see, Gene and Paul are AMA. I don't know what that means. Boy bands seem to have figured out the formula. It's not so much boy bands. One dude. Actually, I think that a lot of the boy bands started here in Boston. There's this one guy around here that handpicks these young people. It's kind of disgusting. Kirstie Alley. Yes. That's who. Cheap Trick I seen in a concert when I was a kid. Cheap Trick was a pretty cool band. I dig Cheap Trick. I really do. I'm the 8 Ball. Chris, you a big metalhead? Abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. I was a thrash metal guy to the end. Back in the day. Still am. Big fucking metal fan. I didn't continue past certain ages. I just don't listen to modern music too much. I think right around the time of like Slipknot and stuff like that, I started to, in Godsmack, and I actually had an interaction with Godsmack quite a bit during my, in the band days, so to speak, because they were still doing their thing while we were doing our thing. They eventually, of course, made it to where they were, but I was playing with them all the time at this place called The Tank on Revere Beach. It was the old Atlantic Lounge. and it was a stupid. It was it was called a tank, like you were in a fish tank. They actually had like fucking diver's feet hanging from the ceiling, and every now and again you see like a fish, like just hanging somewhere. The place always smelled like vomit. We found a fucking dead body. Someone OD'd there once. We found them the next day. Crazy. What happened to the Kiss movie starring Kiss and John? I don't know. Was there supposed to be a Kiss movie with John Stamos? John Stamos. And the 8-ball again. Here we go. Lemmy or Dio? Dio. Lemmy's cool and all, and much respect to him. But that wasn't a hard one at all for me. Dio, fucking hands down. Lemmy, Motorhead's awesome. They're like what I call mud metal, you know? Really great, drinking, driving music. But Ronnie James Dio just had a gift. He actually, Lemmy was great, but he was whereas Ronnie James Dio had he could sing. He could sing. I'm at the age where instead of listening to, excuse me, I'm more about the Never Surrender. Lemmy. Okay, someone picked Lemmy. That's awesome. Corey Hart, Never Surrender. I don't know who Corey Hart is. I don't know Never Surrender. Shaw says that. Let me look that up. Corey Hart. Corey Hart, Never Surrender. Oh no. I have no idea who that is. Are they metal? Is that cat metal? Or are you just fucking with me? I have no idea who that is, nor do I care to, I suppose. Ooh, Trogley uploaded a video. Trogley's Guitar Show. Oh, was it his song? He's a sunglasses at night dude. Oh, is he? I know the song. I wear my sunglasses at night. I just don't recall some of these artists. These little one-hit deals, The movie that was made in the 80s. Gene Simmons cross-dressed in the movie. I have no idea. No idea. No, not metal. I can see that. It's a pop wrong song. That's why I don't know it. Corey Hart, Sunglasses at Night. Yeah, I know that song very well. Let's see, metal. What I listened to in junior high and high school. Okay, so this is the progression of my music. I grew up with a greaser style guy, my father. So Elvis, Beatles, shit like that, He wasn't so much into the Stones, whereas I got into the Stones. My brother Tom was really into like Aerosmith, and they're quite a bit older than I was. He was really into Aerosmith and like later Beatles, psychedelic Beatles, Pink Floyd, and stuff like that. I grew up with all that. As a matter of fact, my very first concert was the Everly Brothers. Wake up, little Susie, wake up, that. At the Beverly North Shore Music Theater. Really nice little place to see a show, whether you see a live performance of a band or a stage, play or whatever. It's literally just a round place. The stage is in the middle. As a matter of fact, a couple of years ago, I saw A Christmas Carol for the first time live. Well, maybe not the first time in my entire life. I think in elementary school we went to go see it. But regardless, I'd never, in my mind, seen it live. So my lady got tickets for me for Christmas, and we went and saw it. I've always wanted to be Jacob Marley in a live production or a movie. I've always wanted to be Jacob Marley. I never pursued it. I was never really much of an actor, I suppose. Corey Hart. My dad was into The Who, Yes, and The Doors. Right on, man. I love The Doors. More importantly, I like Robbie Krieger. What an underrated, his flamenco playing is so amazing. But so I grew up with that kind of thing, the rockabilly, I guess what you would call it now. But then, all right, so I go to see the Everly Brothers, and then about a week later, my brother Tom comes up to me and goes, I got an extra ticket for a show. You think you went to, because I went to a rock and roll show. I saw the Everly Brothers. And my brother's like, you want to see a real rock show? Come with me. And it was Alice Cooper, the Nightmare Returns tour, with motherfucking Megadeth opening up. And that's where I got my first taste of, and it was a little bit, no, actually, no, that's not true either, because I was into Metallica before that. I got to see them with Ozzy. So maybe it was that. Maybe it was that I went to first. And then he brought me to Alice Cooper and Megadeth. That sounds about right, because I did see Cliff Burton live. I mean, I didn't know he was going to be dead about 6-7 months later or whatever it was. Time-wise, that makes a lot more sense. And I remember just having the biggest fucking rager watching them. Ozzy was cool. Ozzy was cool too, but man, they were promoting the Puppets tour, and they were still young, and 50,000 beats a second. Good stuff, good stuff. And I remember going, ooh, what is this? And then I got into thrash metal, and that was that. Let's see, I was 10. In 85, I was 10. But I think we saw him in 86. I can't remember. But then shortly thereafter, in 86, yep, all right, timeline. I think I still have that shirt from the Alice Cooper show, too. But I remember seeing this guy up there cutting his own fucking head off and, dead babies, and it was right up my alley. Alice Cooper is my favorite performer of all time. Very underrated. I mean, when Frank Sinatra is using your songs, you know how to write music. Hold on, let me go back here. See, Corey Hart was the Stranger Things Upside Down concert. Okay. Mom was Motown. Motown's beautiful stuff too. Heaven Help Us, I think, was a movie that had a lot of Motown in it. Great soundtrack, great music. Neil Diamond, I'm not really into him. Moody Blues, yep, I dig the Moody Blues. Oddly enough, I'm not into Neil Diamond too much. Johnny Cash, Jerome, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I got the younger of the two twins into Johnny Cash. She still loves him to this day. Once in a while, we'll sit and we'll watch Walk the Line. She loves that movie for what it is, I mean, I suppose it is what it is. Mr. Shaw says, not too late. I can see it now. Atari Creep live on Broadway. Imagine that. Can you imagine me? Hold on, I don't have a skull handy. I don't want to pull him down again. I put Babu Frick back on him. I was going to hold the Terminator skull and be like, I knew him once. Yorick. Whatever the fuck. I'm going to be a thespian. That must have been good. Yes, either one of them was. It was amazing. I'm not much of a Megadeth fan. I like their earlier stuff. But Dave Mustaine, again, if the personality sucks, it sours it for me. And Dave Mustaine at the time, rightfully so. I mean, the guy, he got the shit end of the stick in a lot of cases. He really did. And I think things could have gone down better. Kirk Hammett, he is what he is. And I think Dave Mustaine's a more accomplished musician. Technically speaking, I mean, that dude, it's like even his rhythms are like leads. They were like a fucking jazz band playing metal. It was crazy. Me and my friends would say that. We're like, we're going to listen to some metal jazz, or jazz metal, But I was more on the Metallica side of things. Pre-Justice, Justice was the first album I bought on launch. And so I hold a special place in my heart. That thing was mixed like garbage. There's no bass in it. There's too much bass drum. It's a horribly mixed album. But they were in grief, and they were still trying to figure out their thing. And I don't know. I saw Megadeth with Suicidal. I can't recall if I've seen Suicidal live, but they're in one of my top 10. Absolutely. I was listening to Suicidal the other day. Well, in here, actually, the first day I was working in here, I had my little pods in there, and I was listening to just a playlist of different Suicidal songs, going back to their skater days, to their metal days. What a fantastic band. They're a band that came with a vibe, a lore, they had that gang thing going on, and we associated them with hallucinogens, acid, and stuff like that. Maybe it was because of trip to the brain. I don't know. I actually posted that song to my nephew. My nephew, he's an adult now, made some reference on Facebook to dropping acid. Mom, my candy doesn't taste right. It was like a tab on the figure. And I put trip to the brain. I'm like, God, I miss doing that shit. I'll never take another hallucinogen in my life. But when I was a young man, a teenager, thinking I was something special, I did a lot of mescaline. I fucking loved tripping out. I really did, until one night I had a bummer. That was it. That cured that real quick. Megadeth better than Metallica in my book. Yeah, and you know what? I think the majority of people will say that. I don't know. There was just something more. Megadeth was like a fucking razor blade coming after you. You know what I mean? Whereas Metallica was like a nice solid sword back in the day. And I think I just bonded more with what they had to say and their sound. You know, Megadeth seemed a little shrilly for me. And I think that's also because they kept getting the shit end of the stick. I mean, even their first album cover, look at it. Look at So Far, So... not So Far. Killing's My Business. I mean, it's like Dollar Tree shit glued together. And they got fucked. And poor Dave. All he wanted to do was take over the world. And prove to the world that it wasn't all about Metallica. And that he was... Honestly, I do believe if Dave Mustaine was never in Metallica, I don't think thrash metal would have been what thrash metal is. I think Dave Mustaine legit is thrash metal. I really do. I really do. I think he is the one. I mean, I know like Exodus and all that, and Kirk Hammett was with them and all. The whole Bay Area and the thrash. But yeah, I really do think Megadeth, I mean, Dave Mustaine. If there was no Dave Mustaine, thrash wouldn't be as rad as it is. I think it would eventually happen. It would have been more like a speed metal-y thing, but yeah, I just gravitated more towards Metallica back then, the first 4 or 5 albums, and then after that, it was just like I care less about either. I couldn't care less about either one of them. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Symphony of the Destruction was probably the last song, or that whole album. What was that? The Extinction album? Countdown to Extinction, or maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But that's kind of where I was just like, I'm done. I'm good. I'm good. All right. Oh, shit. I hate the nuclear assault. Oh, my God. Another oil spill. Jacob Marley is a creepy role. It really is. It really is. But it's more about his message that really sticks with me. Now, I'm getting goosebumps down my spine right now thinking about him saying, business? Mankind was my business. You know, the deals of my trade were but a fucking drop of water in the comprehensive ocean of my fucking business. Smarten up, Ebenezer. You know? It's my favorite story of all time. A Christmas Carol. You wouldn't have known that, would you? You should play Iron Maiden Legacy of the Beast RPG game on iOS and Android. You sound like an ad. On iOS and Android. I know you don't know which one. I'm an Android guy. I worked on iPhones in the early days. You know Samsung made those? They made a lot of iPhones in the early days. But yeah, I'll check it out. I'll check it out. Guitarist Firing Games. Yes. Joe. Jerome wrote Joe. I don't know what Joe is. Oh, were you trying to say Jacob Marley's creepy? Okay. Not a country guy, but I really need to get into Jelly Roll. I'm not a country guy. Okay. I like say the Johnny Cash and a little bit before that. I like those dudes that told stories, you know? I can't get into pop country that got popular in the 80s and shit. I like the old guy stuff, you know? But I don't seek it out and I don't listen to it. You know, the stuff that borderlines on rockabilly. The guy who comes to mind is a guy named Sleepy LaBeef. Look that fucking dude up if you don't know who Sleepy LaBeef is. But I know a guy who used to play with him. He used to play bass for him. He now builds bass guitars in Texas called Birdsong Guitars. A really good friend of mine named Scott. You should check out his stuff. Short scale basses, beautiful. You know, real earthy. He doesn't have poly finishes and shit. Everything's hand done. Really good guy, very in tune with nature. He's a hippie. He's a fucking hippie. Really good guy. He owned a little music shop here in Melrose and sold it. And then I guess he got the land from his uncle who passed away or something. And he just built a little guitar shop and started building the short scale pieces. And he's doing real well for himself. Real well for himself. But all right, so nuclear assault handled with care. Yeah, see, I didn't even see that part, and I knew right where you were going. Was good. It needs a remix, though. You're absolutely right, and I think that's the New York sound, though. I think they were from New York. Is it the bass player there? Didn't he play with Anthrax for a little while in the early days? I seem to remember that being the case. That guy still holds the fucking sword for metal. My favorite all-time album is the original soundtrack to heavy metal. Nice. That was a great album. A lot of really great bands. That was Ronnie James Dio version era Black Sabbath, wasn't it? Good stuff. Lucy says, my first concert was Motley Crue on the Dr. Feelgood tour. Lita Ford opening up for him. Lita Ford. But we lived in the middle of nowhere. Still do. And we didn't get much. Yeah. I know a lot of people that lived in the middle of nowhere, and I can sympathize with that, man. That sucks. But I'm not a Crew fan. I was a metal snob, and I was the guy that would tell posers suck shit. Remember saying those things? Fucking posers. We would beat up Motley Crue kids. We would see dudes with winger shirts, and we'd fucking rip it right off their body and set them on fire. I was a bad person back in the day. I really was until my 20s, where I decided that being a bad person isn't a good person. It's not a good way to be. But yeah, these fucking cats would show up with winger shirts and shit, and they'd just get fucking destroyed. We would swarm them like a fucking bunch of rabid animals. I remember one time there was this one dude walking down the street, and he had a Poison shirt on. And I just stopped, and someone's probably going to take this out of context and use it. I don't care. This is my past, and I got to live with it, and I gotta atone for it. It is what it is. But we were walking down the street, and the fucking dude in the Poison shirt comes up. He's like, "Hey, Cole, what's going on, buddy?" And I looked at him. I didn't know who he was. I'm like, "Are you cool?" And he looks at me. He goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "Are you fucking cool, bro?" He's like, "Yeah, I guess so." And it was like one of those metal lamp posts that are hollow, and I pushed his head into it. I was like, bing, made it ring. And he was all, I'm like, "Yeah, you seem pretty cool," and walked away. I couldn't get into although I do like the early Motley Crue. Dude, that movie that came out on Netflix is pretty sick. I know it's not truly accurate, but I love how out of control they were. I'll give them that. They were rock and roll metal to the core. So I had a lot of prejudices against a lot of like hair bands, not realizing they weren't really a hair band. They were just a rock and roll band that glammed up for, whatever. But they were an incredible band. And it's sad that they're still fighting to this day. Really talented musicians, really talented. I just couldn't get into them. Then anyway. My taste in music is all over the place. Yeah, same here. I mean, I just told you I listened to a dude named Sleepy LaBeef. You know what I mean? Oh, man. Hold on. Every time I just try to scroll this down once, it fucking jumps. They were great. I saw Rush second row center, best concert ever. We were talking about Rush earlier when we were talking about Dungeons and Dragons. I like a few of their songs, and I think Alex Lifeson's a great guitar player. And their drummer who passed away a few years ago, Neil Peart. Fantastic fucking Skins, man. That was a big loss to the music community. Hey man, Mass is putting mushrooms on the ballot this year. Really? Fuck mushrooms, but you know what? It becomes legal, maybe. Maybe we'll do a fucking trip out stream. I also dug the Dead Milkmen. I never got into them. Violent Femmes, that I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty cliche when it comes to them. That one first album, the all acoustic album, Blister in the Sun, all of that. I love that album. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about it 2 nights ago. I was out on the porch having a bowl, Fuck, I shouldn't have said that. I'm all out. I'm all out. And one of the songs just came to mind, and I love the Violent Femmes. Good shit, good shit. I saw them live once at this place called the Paradise here in town. I even listened to some early rap. I went to boarding school and was exposed to a lot of music. Rap. I listened to Run DMC and shit like that when I was like real young, before I got into metal. The town I grew up in turned out to be a bunch of middle and upper middle class white kids who wanted to be inner city. So it was always like with the gangster rap and the fucking hats and they even called themselves the Heat. They formed the gang. Fucking stupid. And there's this town next door called Malden. They had a guy called, they had a group called I think they were called POD. Posse of Destruction or Doom or Danger or something fucking stupid like that. But they were no one to fuck with. They were part of specific projects out there. I don't want to say the name, so I'm not going to say what projects. But they would constantly try to, and the Heat was like, oh, a bunch of fucking rich white kids. So the whole rap thing I was just turned off by, because I get a picture. I had long hair. I was in the metal. It was like 4 of us in the whole high school. So luckily for me, it didn't turn into a thing where I was constantly throwing down with people, because I was able to kind of just navigate my way through the different crowds. But it was really tough for cats like me growing up, because we were into things that weren't really popular in our area and looked down upon, I'd be walking down the hallway and someone would look at my shirt and they go, King Diamond, kill your mother, kill your mother, kill your... And I'm like, what the fuck's this kill your mother shit? And it was like universal around here. Everyone said it. I don't know. The Dead Milkmen, Violent Femmes. Yeah, good stuff, good stuff. Me too, I like the attitude. Samsung makes chips for everything. Absolutely they do. They're a great company. Oh, all right. Oh, shit. It's jumping all over the place again, man. That sounds like an 80s porn star. Sleepy LaBeef. Try Hank Williams. Yeah. Hank Williams, I can get down with them. The Third, sure. I like bluegrass remixes of rock heavy metal songs. The only one I've seen is Master of Puppets. Alan, the banjo, guitar, fire, and horns. Alan Story, do you like the Dead South? Okay, you guys are talking amongst yourselves. Kamikaze says, I like 90s and earlier country. I love Johnny Cash and George Jones. Not familiar with George Jones. I'm sure there's songs from him that I might know, but I'm not familiar. I recently discovered a band called Eva Under Fire. They remade Journey's I Can't Stand Journey. Oh my God, Separate Ways. And I thought they did a good job on it. I have a theory about why I hate Journey. There's a couple of their songs that make me want to hang myself. Seriously. Yeah, I listen to them and I fucking dip. And I don't know. I fucking hate Journey. I just hate them. I won't talk anymore. I hate Warrant and Winger. The singer for Winger, bass player, he actually played for Alice Cooper on the tour I went to go see. Apparently he's a karate expert. He's a fucking multi decorated black belt. And I guess he used to fuck with like football players and shit in the bar on tour. And he's just this little dude. And then he went on to do his own band, which, you know what, good for him. I mean, they got a lot of crap. He got a lot of crap over the years. I mean, for fuck's sake, Metallica threw darts at his head in their home video, year and a half in the life of Metallica. And that just increased it. And that poor guy went through hell because of that. Winger, the band was whatever. It was very feminine. Very feminine. I'll just say that. I don't like my metal feminine. I want my metal to be full of fucking testosterone, rusty nails, and a kitty cat once in a while, but that cat has to be a stray cat with like hardly any hair and like claws of death, Too Fast for Love, man. Best, yeah, yep. That's a good song. I mean, I know I just said I wasn't really into... I mean, I guess I kind of am into Motley Crue. I don't know. I don't know anymore what I'm into. TMBGs. I have no idea what that is. Please make me smarter. Oh man, Two Live Crew. Don't get me started. I was actually like, wait a minute, that's Full Metal Jacket. I would listen to just about anything, but I don't try to take. Yeah. I got to see Primus open. I didn't even think Primus opened up for Anthrax and Public Enemy. I saw Anthrax with Public Enemy, but I don't remember Primus. And then Miss Metallica later the same year. That was during the Black Album, right, from Metallica? When you're strange. Yep, I'm strange. People are strange. Two Live Crew. The Metallica tour was the Black Album tour. Which one? Man, they fucking whored themselves out for that. And I saw almost every one. Except for the Guns N' Roses tour. I want to say I had my tonsils out and was unable to go. I had tickets. Ended up giving them to a chick. Thank God she had some pretty good head game. Motley Crue's the first album was really good. The first one's real good. Really good. Just like Bleach by Nirvana. All right, I know a lot of people are going to tune off when I say this, but fuck Nirvana. I don't like them. Except for one album. The Unplugged album. Everyone talks about Kurt Cobain being a fucking genius. And his playing was unconventional by all means. I don't like Nirvana. I never did. I never could stand them. I don't know. Maybe because that was the kickoff to rock and everything shifting into that alternative grunge. And like the thrash bands and the hair bands were starting to go away. And I remember at that time, it's like my bands were playing big stadiums now. And for all the shit I used to get from people, all the fucking beatings I took and the beatings I had to give, just because I had long hair and was into fucking metal, like real metal, man's metal. And now it's popular, and now I don't have to fight anymore because of fucking music. And then fucking Smells Like Teen Spirit happens, and although I do like Alice in Chains a lot. I love Alice in Chains. I hate Pearl Jam. I fucking hate Pearl Jam to this day. Can't stand it. Can't stand them. I saw Anthrax. Anthrax is fucking rock and roll, man. I was at Woodstock 30 years ago. Yeah. We won't go there about that. I like them. They killed hair bands. Yeah, thank God for that, but still. I know some people probably don't like them. The Foo Fighters, you know what, dude? I'm not into the Foo Fighters, but David Grohl is like the polar opposite of Kurt Cobain. He's a musician. He's the type of guy that you put something in front of him, he'll get something out of it for you. And it's my understanding he recorded the whole first album, maybe even all of them, by himself and then hired help. Supposedly Dave Mustaine did the same thing. I don't know. But David Grohl as a musician, top tier, 100%. 100 fucking percent. I don't like their music, not because I think it's bad, but because it just has a vibe to it that I just can't get down with. That's all. But Dave Grohl in the Foo Fighters, amazing stuff. Really good music. I'm just not into it. I felt sorry for them when their drummer died. Who are we talking about here? I got to go back now. Kamikaze, who are you talking about? Rush. Are we going back to Rush? Is that what it is? Yeah, Neil Peart was a big loss to the music community. Have you ever listened to the parody song of Creed's Arms Wide Open? It's called Legs Wide Open. No, but I couldn't stand Creed either. And that was a personality thing. Again with the 8-ball. Alan, please hip me. What is the 8-ball all about? Yeah, he's good. Good guy, too. Man, this chat's going tonight. I know. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate this. The drummer died. Yep. Did you see? Oh. You're talking about the Foo Fighters. Yes. Again, I don't follow them, but I do remember when that happened. Yes, that's you are correct. Did you see the horror movie the Foo Fighters made? No, but it's on the list, and I keep forgetting about it. I keep forgetting. I hear it's fucking brutal. Drummer dies, Spinal Tap. Fucking Spinal Tap. What a great movie. Well, I might watch that tonight. Not yet, but want to. Okay, right on. The DGs. I don't know what the DGs are. Oh, Neil. Sad. Back in a bit loosely. Okay, Creep sucks. Thank you. Mr. Shaw, welcome. Welcome to the Creep Collective, my friend. Enjoy your stay while you can. Thank you. I really appreciate that, Mr. Shaw. Thank you. I need this entertainment. It's getting lots of laughs out of this. Yeah, I hope so, man. 8-Ball. Maybe he likes Coke. Yeah, I can't do speed, man. I could never do speed. Just realized I wasn't a member. That's okay. Neither am I. Neither am I. DG is Foo Fighters' attempt at Bee Gees songs. Okay. Yeah, I don't follow them. I know what was played on the radio. And I know Mentos. Did they have a Mentos fucking commercial? I do Beat Saber every day. What is Beat Saber? I'm learning K-pop. Oh, right on, man. And dub. I kind of like dub. I kind of like it. I don't seek it out. I don't turn it off when it comes on. There was a remake of Children of the Corn that came out on the Sci-Fi Channel a bunch of years ago. During the aughts, 2000s. And it remade one of my favorite movie themes of all time into dubstep. And it's fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing. I have a little baggie here that you guys, we're talking about music. I'm an Atari channel. You remember that Atari synth I wanted to build? All those pieces are in here. I still have the Atari synth cartridge. I was going to use this Junior. And I want to put micro switches in this broken toy to be the beats. And then I want to make a keyboard for the actual individual notes. And I have 2 of these pads that I want to work off of. I've been trying to find someone to help me remap this into, actual buttons, micro switches that I can put a keyboard to and put inside of that, There's a guy who did it. He made a keyboard out of Lego. But he's not much help. He's just like, good luck, dude. I'm sorry, I just did it. There's a couple of different matrices to the control. I don't know. But I really do want to do more with music. I just need to get one of those interfaces so I can start recording. But this Atari synth, if you don't know what the Atari synth is, look it up. I have a video on it, but I really want like a tangible thing, not like little buttons, to actually play. I can hit the beats over here and then play around with it here, and then I can record a guitar track behind it. And yeah, whatever. RIP 107.3 and 92 point whatever it was. When I moved back here, I was surprised to see that AAF was on 2 different stations. Beat Saber is a VR exercise rhythm game. Right on. WAAF. I have a guitar case over here. I found I found it. I just had to move the guitar. Oh, wait till you see this. Well, I got me some WAAF history right here. In sticker form. This is the Havoc staff that I was telling you guys about. And it used to have like a cheesy little thing that attached to it here. And when you put a 9-volt battery in it, it fucking makes like shooting noises and he laughs obnoxiously. It's the most god-awful sounding thing in the world, but That's the Havoc staff I was trying to tell you guys about earlier. I couldn't find. But, all right, let me go back. WAAF, BCN, there was a V61 or something like that. There was a whole bunch of stations around here that aren't around anymore. I'm sad to see BCN's gone. They were like the first FM rock station, weren't they? Oh, well, you can't play Atari without spinning good music. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's an 80s thing. Games, jukeboxes, good food, great friends, staying up fucking late. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Kaboom is one of those games. Fucking sun is coming up, and we're still trying to, still trying to get further. Space Harrier on the Master System is another one I remember. Astro Warrior. Those three games in particular, my friend's basement. All night long, making frozen fucking pizzas. We had an oven down in the basement. We had an oven down there with a fridge. It was a really nice setup. It wasn't like well made. It was very put together. But we were down there. I mean, this kid had two Atari 2600s. He had a ColecoVision and a separate Atom. And a Master System. And they were all in 2 or 3 different fucking places. So it's like him and his twin brother could play something and I could play something. It was really fun. And we had best times of my life in that fucking kid's basement. Really was. Really was. I have a bunch of my Beat Saber videos here. Oh, do you really? I'm going to have to check that out, man. I'm going to have to check that out on YouTube. WAF is not still around. I want to say they're on a streaming thing, like an XM, or maybe they do their own podcast. Maybe that fizzled away too. I don't know. I really don't know. Ben Hacks, he might be able to help you out with the Atari synth. His name keeps coming up, and I know who he is. I just never. The dude's on a different level than me, so I don't know if he would even help me. And if it costs something, I don't have the money. So maybe I will. Maybe I will reach out to him. Maybe it could be a collaboration. I don't know. Whatever. I send him all the stuff and it comes back as a thing. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe if we all fucking bum rush him. Sweet. Nice. Cool. Haven't listened since the 90s. WCCC. I don't remember that. Maybe I do. I don't know. That's it. We need to find a DeLorean. Yeah, I don't know. Guys, I'm gonna cut this short. I gotta go. I've been in here all night, and the lady's home now, and I think she might be aggravated that I haven't been out there yet. I haven't even had supper. This was Hartford. Okay, yeah, I don't know anything about Hartford. Do you guys remember Oldies 103 here for the cats from around here? I know Jet, you're from around here, right? Oldies 103, man. I wish we still had that. That was on in the car at all times when my dad was driving. Good stuff. So, guys, thank you always so much. I really needed this too, Kamikaze. Honestly. Now that we have this set up, I'm going to try to figure out the lighting situation and more visual interest for you. And hopefully we will expand upon this and make it a thing. And I'll have a schedule for it, and we'll make it where I can do this and all that out there equally and have fun. This was just kind of like a test, and it turned into like a 3-hour thing, right? Fucking how long have I been on? Let me scroll this over. And oh my God, Atari's still up. Atari's still up. Yeah, I don't know. I can't see it. But guys, thanks for hanging out on this test stream. I really appreciate it. Thank you for joining the old Creep Collective there, my friend. I wicked appreciate it, Mr. Shaw. And guys, wherever in the world you are, I fucking hope you're doing well. Hope you're wearing your sunglasses at night. Fuck Nirvana. Take care. Creep it real. I appreciate that, Kamikaze's World. They say, I rock. 2 hours, they said. Okay, 2 hours isn't too bad. But, guys, have a good night. I really appreciate y'all being here. And, don't forget to creep it real. I know you can't see it, but it is what it is. Rose-colored glasses. Guys, take care. I'll say goodnight fucking for 6 hours if I